Oh my gosh. No buzz balls. I'm out. I thought I still had some left. I don't know why I thought that. No worries. I have my Modelo's. So I'm out of buzz balls. I drank them all last weekend. I did. I need to get the jumbo one. That's my favorite one. Hello, welcome back. We're back to Melly After Dark. Karen Reed. Hello, Patty. Hello, beautiful Augie. Hello, Smog Dog. I don't know if you're still here. Hello, Justin. Hello, Robert. I know it's late, and I should have probably gone to bed rather than come on here and do Karen Reed. Is anybody even up? I wonder who's up other than us. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I can always use more. We are covering Karen Reed as well. I just had a live on the Diddler. If you're following that case, we just do recaps. Getting back to Karen Reed, I'm super behind. I'm trying to get caught up by the end of this weekend, hopefully. I know it's intense. This is day 12.
Everyone said yes.
I'm super behind.
Were you also able to follow my instructions and refrain from doing any independent research or investigation into this case?
I just spilled my Modelo.
Did anyone happen to see, hear, or receive anything about this case since we left it? No, everyone said no or shook their heads. Thank you. Mr. Brennan, your next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth calls Yuri Buchanan.
You can put it.
Please, clerk.
I know, Jules. I just spilled my drink all over me. We're back to Gary Bukaki. Or wait, Yuri Bukaki.
Jim.
Mr. Brennan, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Could you please introduce yourself
Yuri
to the jury and spell your
Buchanan.
last name for the record?
My name is Yuri Buchanan. My last name is spelled
Buchanan.
Bukhenik.
Alcohol abuse. It is.
Mr. Buchanan, where do you work?
I work for the Massachusetts State Police.
What is your role with the Massachusetts State Police?
I'm currently assigned as a sergeant with the Norfolk District Attorney's Office in the Homicide section.
I want you to take us back before you became a state police trooper with the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Simon.
Where were you born?
I was born in Lviv, Ukraine.
Oh.
Did you immigrate?
Yes.
How old were you when you immigrated?
I was 9 years old when my family moved to the Boston area.
Did you attend public schools?
Yes.
Through high school?
Yes.
Tell us what you did after high school.
After high school, I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps.
Why'd you enlist in the Marine Corps?
It was right after 9/11, and my friends and I.
Hi, Simon.
You can finish this next one. Go ahead.
My friends and I decided to serve in the nation's armed forces.
Did you serve in the Marine Corps?
I did.
Did you go through training?
I did.
Did you learn any skills?
My specialty was military police, and I attended the military police school at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Through your military service, did you receive top secret clearances?
Yes, my first duty station was with Marine One Presidential Helicopter Squadron. The duty station requires a top secret Yankee White STI clearance, and as a result, I attained that clearance and held it throughout my career.
Did you engage in any special assignments?
The Presidential Helicopter Squadron is a special assignment. We provide security for the presidential helicopters and presidential assets. With that clearance, we read into SCI program, which is a need-to-know basis type.
So Buchanan here he supervised Cooper Proctor. You know, Cooper Proctor? The one who was saying leaky, what was he saying? Leaky something about Karen Reed? Disgusting. Key info. No, this is very important, but he's the one who I believe he supervised Cooper Proctor, who has stepped down. Thus, right? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Bukaki.
Situation.
How long were you in the military for?
4 years.
When you discharged from the Marines?
Yeah, trooping.
What year?
2006.
Honorably discharged?
Yes.
After you were honorably discharged from the Marines, what did you do next?
I had a passion for law enforcement, and I wanted to serve my community here in Massachusetts. So I left California and came home and applied for various police departments, ultimately getting a job with the VA Hospital Police here in the Boston region.
When did you transition from the VA to the Massachusetts State Police? What year?
I actually transitioned to the Attleboro Police Department. I worked there as a patrol officer, SWAT team member, and then in 2011,
HCB.
I transitioned from Attleboro to Massachusetts State Police.
When did you join the homicide unit?
It was May of 2015.
And have you been in that position since?
I have.
And you're now a sergeant in that?
I am.
I want to ask you about the structure of the homicide unit for the state police. How many different troopers work in the homicide unit at Norfolk County DA's office?
We have a range from 2 to 6 troopers working in the homicide section over the years that I've been there. Currently, we have 6 homicide detective troopers in the
Yeah, Augie. Bukaki.
What type of cases does your unit investigate?
I think that
Our unit
came from I think Turtle Boy and then Cooper Proctor. Yeah, I don't know where I got that from.
Primarily unattended deaths. Unattended deaths are those that are not attended by a physician. A variety of deaths, including natural deaths of old age, medical conditions, accidental industrial accidents.
Yeah, where is Laura?
Obviously, homicides, overdoses.
She's ahead of us.
We have
Those
suicides
Augie.
as well.
They're in the future.
And those vary in age on the victims that pass, whether they're stillborn infant deaths, children that pass away of SIDS, or unfortunately teenage suicides.
Have you been to a number of scenes, a number of cases?
Yes, I have.
Do you handle
So
more
we're
than one
alleging
case
they're
at
all
a time?
corrupt.
Yes, we do.
Alleging.
When a case, an unintended death is notified to your office, is that routine or is it by statute?
The notification comes in due to the statute requirement. In Massachusetts, under Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 4, the authority is given to the district attorney in each county to investigate those deaths. They appoint designees, and within Norfolk County, those designees are law enforcement agents from the Massachusetts State Police. So in our county, the Massachusetts State Police, with the district attorney's authority, investigate all unattended deaths.
You mentioned that it's called the homicide unit. Are many of the deaths that you investigate not homicides?
Primarily, the death investigations are not homicides.
When you walk into a call, do you have a preconceived notion whether it's a homicide or not a homicide?
When we walk into a call, we
Cough. Where the heck
take
is
in all the evidence, so we do not know exactly what we're going to have as a finding. We follow the evidence, we follow the information that we're provided, that we learned throughout the investigation. At times, it's obvious there was a homicide when the local agency that's reporting the death says that there was a shooting reported and there's a deceased person at the scene. So yes, we will know that it's most likely a homicide, but we don't make a preconceived notion or determination before we get there.
You said there are a number of cases that go through your office. Do you work investigations by yourself?
Never, no.
Are investigations assigned to the group as a whole, or is a particular trooper in the unit?
We have case officers, and the assignment of the responsibility when you will most likely be a case officer is scheduled a month or so in advance. So each trooper has a responsibility of a 24-hour period that they are on call. They respond to the scenes, whether it be a train strike versus pedestrian, or a vehicle, or a suicide by hanging. They respond, and then if they need assistance or they think that there's something more, additional resources are called out, like crime scene services, which helps us document scenes,
He looks like
etc.
Have you ever been assigned a homicide or a homicide investigation?
Yes.
In the cases where you're assigned, do you investigate the case alone?
Never. It's always a team effort. Every case requires a team effort. Just the amount of work that goes into collecting evidence, interviewing witnesses, interviewing involved parties, interviewing the suspect, all those tasks that are required in collecting surveillance footage require manpower and time and resources. And so every investigation, although it has a case officer, it requires a team effort of individuals to work together in concert to accomplish a successful investigation.
Are you often working on more than one investigation at the same time?
Yes, we are.
If you were the case officer, would you have other resources you would use to help with the investigation, other units in the Massachusetts State Police or local police?
Yes, typically we partner up with the local police detectives, and when we're conducting interviews, it's a state trooper and a local detective that are conducting those interviews or collecting surveillance footage and so forth. And that there's a reason behind that. The reason why we pair up is not just the manpower, it's also that we work in a dangerous line of work, and people could lose their life, people could get injured, or unfortunately people could get fired or retire and no longer
team
be
effort.
available
I was just going to say that, Patty.
testify, provide their
I was going to be
testimony,
like,
or
is that what you're doing?
be a resource in the future.
Is it a common practice that when there's an investigation, more than one trooper will appear at many events?
It is very common and preferred. Unfortunately, in the real world, it's not always possible. A trooper can be responding to a scene and just to simply grab something from another trooper, and could be approached, and small brief interview could happen, or if a trooper is at home talking to a witness and others show up willing to provide information, he has to conduct that interview.
I just can't believe it's back to trial too. Like, it's insane that we're back here. It really is.
By himself, because of the resources aren't available for
him. Watch the first one religiously on time.
Let's talk about
I'm just behind
the
now
assignment of this case.
Work,
you said that there's case assignments, a schedule that is made in advance.
Yes, sir.
I was glued to this trial last
year. On the morning of January 29, 2022, do you know who was assigned to take calls for new cases?
Yes. Before 7 a.m. on the 29th, it was Michael Proctor that was assigned to be on call.
Oh.
Is there a supervisor assigned as well, in addition to
has joined the party?
That's not in a superior position.
Yes, every day there's a supervisor assigned in addition to the on-call trooper. There's a supervisor that's also available for any reason at any time to respond, assist that trooper if there's any questions or issues that come up.
Was there a supervisor assigned that morning?
Yes, there was.
And who was that?
It was myself.
When did you first hear or learn anything about this call or this case?
In a unique fashion, this call actually came from
unique.
The Troop H headquarters, which is the field services portion of the state police, the uniform patrols that service the Metro Boston area. The headquarters duty office contacted me, I think by mistake, misdialing the number because our names and numbers were listed one above the other. So the call actually came into me. I took the call and advised them that I would call the on-call trooper for that day, and they would contact Canton PD and take the appropriate steps.
About what time did you receive a call that morning?
Approximately 6:44 in the morning.
After receiving the call around 6:44 that morning, did you contact anybody to assign a case manager, or did you get involved personally?
I called Michael Proctor and told him to reach out to Canton and follow up on the report of a male in the snowbank.
And this is around 6:44 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
What did you do next?
I waited for a call back from Michael Proctor, and he reported the details of, yes, there was a male found in the snowbank in Canton, and that they were requesting our assistance as he had sustained injury and was unresponsive and had been transported to Good Samaritan Hospital.
What was the plan at this point?
At this point, where I learned that he had sustained injury and there was a heavy blizzard in the area, I decided myself to get dressed, shovel out, and respond to Canton.
Were you required to get involved and go to Canton that morning?
At this point in time, I was not, but I thought that it would be prudent on me to, at the very least, shovel out, because another call could have come in and I would have had to respond to that, and the driver would have been shoveled.
Were you in touch with Mr. Proctor?
I was.
Did you have any plan to meet him?
Yes.
When and where?
We decided to meet at the Canton Police Department.
Okay. And about what time were you going to leave your home, or did you leave your home?
I left my home probably around 8:50, and I know I arrived to the Canton Police Department approximately 9:15 in the morning.
Did you know the address where the person was found in the snow?
At that time, I learned the address once we got to the police department, but it had no significance for me. I did not know where it was.
Cooper
Why
Proctor
did
didn't tell
go to the
you?
Canton Police Department instead of going to the scene first?
The Canton Police Department, fire department personnel, and paramedics had already cleared the location. So we, again, given the conditions, we were in a controlled environment inside a police station to exchange information, collect any evidence if it was available, and the police department safety and security of that would have been the best location for it.
You mentioned that you arrived at the Canton Police Department around 9:15 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Was Mr. Proctor there when you arrived?
Mr. Proctor was there walking in with me.
When you went in with Mr. Proctor that morning, who did you meet?
We went in, we met with multiple Canton police personnel, one of which being Sergeant Good. He was one of the first responders to the initial scene.
Did you receive any items from Sergeant Good or any of the police officers while you were there?
Yes, we didn't receive it, but we were shown a broken cocktail glass, bottom of a broken cocktail glass.
Here we go. Get ready for the lies.
Provided Mr. John O'Keefe's cell phone.
I have to get this
And
story
I was
straight,
also
Patty.
shown a brown paper bag
Ooh, pass that
with,
over.
6
Dog.
plastic Solo cups in it, containing
Pass it over here.
what was reported to be blood in the snow.
When you were shown these items
There's
and
a
had a
man
discussion with the Canton
passed
Police
out.
Department, were any decisions made about the future of the investigation? You had shared with us earlier that typically the state police pair up with local detectives. Did
I only
you
have
do
my
that
pen.
morning?
That morning we did not. We had learned that there was a loose familial connection through town channels with the address
You learn.
and
Oh,
possibility
oh.
of a
Familial
Canton police officer or
connection.
detective. So
He's
Canton
like,
police
yeah,
out
so
of
nonchalantly, just family relations, you know.
overwhelming precaution
We
of
didn't know.
impropriety,
We didn't know anything.
not that there was one, decided to step away from any interview investigation assistance with us.
Has that happened in your career before?
Yes, it has. Yes.
Since there would be no local detective, did that change your role at this point in the case, your involvement?
It did not change my involvement, but it did bring up a concern of manpower.
It's no buzz balls on a
We are
Thursday.
obviously limited by staff. The weather conditions also further exacerbated that issue. So transportation was an issue. Timing is always an issue, and you can never have enough manpower.
Did your role become more prominent given there was no local detective involved?
I would have to pick up the slack. I'm a team player. I always want to assist in any which way I can.
Do you want to
make
assist?
others' life easier.
How about you assist in telling the truth and make Karen Reed's life easier, or no? Is that like a good idea or no? Hey, MJ. I'll have on Friday for you afternoon here. Oh, tomorrow. She whispered tomorrow. Bad girl. Yeah, you know, I drank them all last weekend. You guys didn't stop me, so I thought I had 2 left, and apparently I had no balls left. So sad, but don't be too sad. Tomorrow night we'll get the balls. And he's over here lying. Make sure you're writing down all the lies, because
And you were Mr. Proctor's supervisor?
I was.
After
Oh, the
you see
supervisor.
the broken glass,
Did you
the
supervise
cell
him
phone,
to
and
lie?
you saw the plastic cups with the blood in them. Where did the evidence next lead you?
I like that, small
Based on the
dog.
information we
I like
had
that. I might have to
learned
take
and the
that.
evidence, we
I'm gonna have to take that
decided that
from
we
you.
needed to speak to the individuals who were last in contact and present at the scene when Mr. O'Keefe was found.
Did you have any specific other information that you were following at that point?
Yes, we had statements made by the defendant that she was questioning whether she had hit him, and to that extent.
Had you focused in on a target at this point or reached any conclusions about your investigation?
No, we were still in the information and fact-finding portion of the investigation. We are not ruling out people as much as we're not ruling people in as much as we're ruling people out. So we need to get as much information as possible that is in physical form, statement form, and circumstantial
was that like a thought
factors as
ever?
well.
So where did the evidence take you next?
Following 3 interviews conducted in Canton with witnesses, we proceeded to the Good Samaritan Hospital because based on the information I learned, I needed to put eyes on Mr. O'Keefe and his injuries. I needed to see what exactly the witnesses were describing.
Do you remember who you spoke with that morning before you decided that you wanted to go to the hospital to see Mr. O'Keefe?
Yes, we interviewed Miss Jen McCabe, Mr. Matt McCabe, and Mr. Brian Albert at the McCabe residence.
How long or about what time did you get to see Mr. O'Keefe?
If you guys don't know, I have a playlist on Karen Reed, and I actually read through those interviews, the ones that they did at the McCabe house. So make sure you guys check out the playlist. I know my content now has been getting more views, but like my older stuff is my favorite. So make sure you guys go back and watch like all of that. All that stuff is good. All the older cases. And I cover all of it. So I did cover that with this Karen Reed case.
Got to see Mr. O'Keefe. I would
do it
approximately probably like 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock-ish.
Why did you want to see him specifically?
I wanted to see the injuries for myself, the location of the injuries, the types of injuries, the extent of the injuries, and overall condition that his body was in would be very telling. The mechanism of injury, how it might have taken place, and also the correlation of any evidence at the scene with those injuries.
Now, you don't have any medical degrees, do you?
I do not. No.
How about biomechanical
He's
engineering?
like, why did you want to be there?
Do you have life and job experience in these situations?
Yes, 20 plus years of law enforcement investigating car crashes, pedestrian crashes, and 10 years in homicide.
Your role is not to make a diagnosis, is it?
No, it's not.
Is this
Oh, he's like, so why did you want to see him?
based on your experience important in guiding what you're going to do in the investigation?
Yes, it is very.
Do you ultimately get to Good Samaritan Hospital?
Yes, we do.
Okay, take us through what happens when you get there.
When we got to Good Samaritan Hospital, the driving conditions were treacherous. It took us 45 minutes from Canton Center, basically, to Good Sam, which should be a 15, 20-minute drive. At one point, I had to get off the highway because I couldn't tell if I was on the roadway, if I was off the roadway. So the guidance of trees on the side
Yeah,
of the road
Dodge.
through
Yeah, good point.
the town
This is true.
streets actually helped us
What he's trying to
guide
get at.
the path
Yeah,
to Good
objection.
Samaritan. Once we arrived, we walked to the emergency department where Mr. O'Keefe was initially treated and where he remained. Upon arrival, we spoke with medical personnel who advised us that the defendant had at that point been discharged from the hospital, and that Mr. O'Keefe was still in the emergency room and available for us to
Am I lagging?
At that point, you said the defendant had been discharged. She was not the defendant at that point.
No, she was not. No.
Oh.
Did you have a chance
was
to
the
enter a
girlfriend.
room or actually see
She
Mr.
hit her
O'Keefe?
boyfriend.
Yes, I did.
Had he passed at that time?
Yes, he has.
So when you walk in the room, what do you see?
When I walked into the room, I saw a medical bed in front of me. Mr. O'Keefe was
Oh, here
covered
we
with
go.
a sheet, as is typical with any victim that had passed. There was
Oh, wow.
a pile of clothing to the left, at his feet to the left of the bed. I observed several injuries on him once I lifted the sheet, and those were documented with photographs by Crime Scene Services, a member of the state police, who also met us at the hospital for that purpose.
So there were other members of the team that were there to photograph
Yes,
Mr. O'Keefe and some of the injuries?
yes.
How many people were in the room with you and Mr. Proctor when you were observing and viewing Mr. O'Keefe?
There was a total of 3 of us, myself, Mr. Proctor, the Crime Scene Services individual. There was medical staff coming in, nurses asking us if there was anything that we needed to assist us with.
Is
But,
anything even reliable nor credible after Cooper Proctor got fired? Like, is anything even involving Cooper Proctor legitimate at this point? No. 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 He failed his duty as a man of law enforcement. He did. He did. He failed. Like, all you were supposed to do was protect people and tell the truth. Right? I don't know. I'm not a police officer, but I'm just saying nothing involving Cooper Proctor is legit in my opinion. Good. I'm glad you're here, Triple P. You were gonna be in trouble. These people are evil. Eurythus. Yeah, yeah. Laura's here, the queen of Karen Reed.
from law enforcement, there was 3 of us there.
Now, I don't want you to try to give us a
Swan
diagnosis
Dog,
or
share
provide us
with
an
me,
opinion
Swan
of the
Dog.
cause of any injuries, but rather I want you to share with us as you're observing
You're in trouble.
Mr. O'Keefe in that hospital room,
Okay.
what are you seeing and what is standing out to you?
I saw pooling of blood underneath his
That's
head.
hockey.
There was seepage of blood into the sheets. There was also swelling, discoloration a large amount of blood pooling underneath his
I know where
eyelids.
Humboldt is. I love
There
Humboldt.
was no abrasions or
I'm a few
injuries
hours.
that I observed to that region. So to me, through my training experience, I took that as subject.
He's like through my training and
Not to the
experience.
medical, not to any medical.
I think I have more medical training than Bukaki.
Or-
I think
Yes,
I
ma'am.
do,
I asked you not to
actually.
give your personal interpretations of what you saw. Rather, I want you to share with the jury what
That's
you saw from your view.
hilarious.
There was also a tiny cut laceration to the eyelid area.
You're pointing to your right eye. Could you be
Yes.
specific, please?
Also on the left nostril, there was a very small laceration there. Both were not actively bleeding. There were
Yeah, I'm
a series
planning on
of
going to med school.
cuts and bruises to the right arm, which extended from approximately mid forearm up to the mid tricep area of Mr. O'Keefe, and they were concentrated on the exterior of the arm. There was no other injury or marks on the interior or inside of the arm.
Huh.
There was also a bruise on that same arm on the back of the hand. It was light in color. It wasn't a profound discoloration as the eyes appeared to me. There were also injuries to abrasion or
Yeah,
cut
people
scrapes to the knee, I believe.
Which knee?
The right knee. I apologize.
You had first described swelling in the right eye, and then you had just said the eyes. Could you be specific? Was the swelling in one or both eyes when you saw Mr. O'Keefe?
When I saw Mr. O'Keefe, the swelling was in both
That's a
eyes.
good question.
It might not have been exactly symmetrical, but there was swelling, discoloration.
I want to know how the Lexus gave him two black eyes. Did the Lexus arm punch the eyeball? Like, how did that happen? And then didn't he have like a skull fracture? That's intense.
In both eyelids of Mr. O'Keefe. There was also
That's
blood
my favorite.
pooling
SpongeBob.
in the cavity of the eyeball, both sides of the eyeballs.
Do you know about what time it was that you visited Mr. O'Keefe and
He
made
got
these
beat up.
observations?
It was sometime between
He got beat up.
12:30, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock, I would assume.
I
You
get
mentioned that there was
so mad
pooling on the back of
this
Mr.
case.
O'Keefe's head. Did you look for any injury?
Yes, we looked for injury. All I could tell there was bleeding happening. I could not tell exactly what the extent of the injury was, not being a medical professional.
Yeah, you're not.
You mentioned there were a pile of clothes in the floor. Is that
So why did you want to know?
uncommon?
No, it's not uncommon at all.
Did you have any opportunity, or did you decide to look at those clothes?
Yes, what happens, the reason those clothes are on the floor is that for medical therapy, for medical treatment, the victim has their clothing removed for access to the body. There's obviously all sorts of equipment and medical procedure that's done. So that clothes is discarded. We knew that it was Mr. O'Keefe's clothing. We knew that it would be important to aid us in the investigation. So that clothing was picked up, identified item by item, and bagged. It was in a soaking wet state with moisture and other debris on it.
When you are looking at Mr. O'Keefe, do you have to touch him and move him?
Yes, during our investigations, we're not simply looking at photographs. We are there in the scene. We are smelling it. We are touching it. We are, unfortunately, with certain pungent scenes, we were tasting it. That's the reality of us breathing
We already
in
watched one day, I think, Laura.
the scene when we're living it through the investigation.
Do you wear any type of protection?
Absolutely. We wear gloves. At times, we wear other PPE, personal protective equipment.
When you looked at Mr. O'Keefe's clothes, you said that you bagged them. Did anything stand out in particular about his set of clothing?
In particular, we were missing a sneaker of his. That was very significant to me. It caused me to
Was it
have
significant
Michael
to you?
Proctor contact the paramedics that transported Mr. O'Keefe to the hospital and confirm with them, conduct a secondary check that that sneaker was not left behind in the ambulance.
Why was the missing sneaker significant to you at that point?
At that point, our theory had evolved to a vehicle strike based on the injuries, and I was suspecting that he was hit out of his shoes.
Is there a phrase that's common in these type of situations?
Yes.
What's that?
Knocked out of your shoes?
Did you know where the other sneaker was?
I did not, no. But I suspected, since it was missing, and once the reports came in that the paramedics, EMT personnel did not find the other sneaker, that it would be somewhere where Mr. O'Keefe was found or where he was initially struck by a vehicle.
Did you and Mr. Proctor have an opportunity around that time, 12:30, 1 o'clock, to go back to that address to look for the sneaker?
We did not know.
Why not?
Again, during the critical early hours of an investigation, timing is essential. We have to make sure we get to any and every location that could possibly have evidence and prevent that evidence from being destroyed, altered, or concealed. So we are prioritizing missions. And with the resources available at that time, I conferenced with my boss and advised him of the current status of the information that we had. And he stated that he would go out and marshal up resources to conduct a search.
Is this an example of the team approach of the state police at the homicide unit?
Objection. System.
After having this information, making these observations of Mr. O'Keefe yourself and bagging the clothes, where did the evidence lead you next?
At this point, once we viewed the clothing and Mr. O'Keefe, we had to go talk to the last person that saw him, and that would have been, at the time, his girl.
Who'd you go see?
The defendant, Your Honor.
Oh,
The
the defendant.
question wasn't answered, so prior questions.
Did you know where
Whatever.
Miss Reed was at that point?
Yes, we had learned that she traveled to her parents' home in Dighton.
Did you learn about any, or did you have any interest in any physical evidence at that point?
Yes. With the missing shoe, her stating that did I hit him, and along that line of statements, I was interested in the vehicle that she was operating that night.
How far was
Right.
Dighton from where you were at Good Samaritan Hospital?
Typically, I would say it's probably a 35, 45-minute drive. With the driving conditions, it took us all of an hour 15 minutes.
Who was driving?
I was driving.
Were you in a issued vehicle or were you in a personal vehicle?
No, I had to drive my personal pickup truck due to the weather. My cruiser would have never made the unplowed streets of the area.
Was Mr. Proctor with you?
He was.
Were you by his side the entire time?
Mr. Proctor and I were together the entire day.
Oh,
You decided to go or drive towards
Lawton.
Dighton.
Lawton.
Did you ultimately make it to Dighton?
Yes, we did.
Do you know what time you arrived in Dayton approximately?
Approximately 3 p.m.
On your way down to Dayton, did you learn any further information beyond what you had known when you had left Mr. O'Keefe at Good Samaritan?
Yes, at one point, Michael Proctor took a call from Jen McCabe, and she further elaborated and provided information stating that
Jen McCabe did?
she remembered.
Sustained.
After receiving that information, is there something specifically you wanted to look at when you got to Dayton?
Yes, we wanted to look at the rear right tail light. Based on the information provided, it was allegedly to
Let me
be.
stop you there. I just wanted to know what you wanted to look at.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to relate conversations with somebody who's not here.
Is
And so
that on
you
this
had an
one,
interest in
Laura?
Looking at the right rear tail light.
Yes,
Do you know what type of vehicle you were looking for?
we were looking for a large black Lexus SUV.
When you made your way down to Dayton, you said you finally arrived. How did you know you were at the right address?
He looks like a prig. Oops.
The
Sorry.
defendant provided her
Yeah,
parents' address
sorry.
to us.
Before you got to Dayton, after learning of new information and the information you already had, did you make any arrangements?
Yes.
Tell the jury what you did on the way down to Dayton.
On the way down, we contacted Dayton Police Department and gave them a heads up that we would be coming down for an investigation, and we were looking to most likely seize a vehicle, and we were requesting
Was this
their
one
assistance in contacting a local tow truck company that they were contracted
Yeah, I'm
with,
curious about
and
him.
or also to assist us at the scene, being a uniformed presence.
When you pulled up to the address, did you make any immediate observations while you were still inside your truck?
Yes, the road was not well plowed. There was only enough clearance for one vehicle. So it was difficult to find a place to park, and maneuverability was also challenging.
Did you make any observations of the home or the driveway before you got out of your truck?
Yes, the home is to the left of the driveway. The driveway was not plowed either. There was a large black Lexus SUV parked in the driveway.
Was the front of the SUV facing you or the back of the SUV?
The back of the SUV was closest towards us.
How far from the SUV were you when you first parked at that address?
Probably, it's the length of the driveway. Based on my memory now, I would probably estimate it to be 60 feet or so.
Did you make any observations of the SUV from that distance?
It was covered with snow, like it's been either sitting outside or driven outside in the snow, so it was exposed to the elements.
What was your next steps?
We waited for Dayton PD to arrive to assist us. Once they arrived, Michael Proctor and I exited and proceeded up the driveway. I told Michael.
Let me stop you with what you said. I want to just know what you observed.
Okay.
As you're walking up the driveway, how close to that SUV did you get at its closest?
At its closest, I got as close as me and a defense table, which is probably 10 to 12 feet.
From the 10 to 12 feet, did you notice anything remarkable about the SUV?
Yes, there was a large piece of red taillight cover missing from the vehicle.
After you made an observation of a large piece of the red taillight cover missing, did you do anything else relative to the SUV at that time?
Yes, I told Michael to get close.
I'm not interested in what he did. What did you do? What did you see?
I just saw the damaged, missing taillight cover. I did not touch it. We did not approach it with physical contact. So.
Did you see where Michael Proctor went?
Yes.
How close to the car or the vehicle did he get?
Within 3 feet?
Did he ever touch it?
No.
Where did you and Michael Parker go next?
We proceeded to the front door of the home to make contact with the residents.
And how clearly did you see that missing piece? What's your level of certainty?
100%.
Oh,
Did you knock on the door?
Yes, I did.
And were you invited in?
100%.
We were, but not through the front door due to the weather and the piled up snow. We couldn't open the storm door. Mr. Reed invited us into the home through the garage. He opened the garage door for us and welcomed us inside.
When you went inside, what did you see?
When I went inside, I saw Mr. Reed, Mrs. Reed, and the defendant sitting on the couch.
You've referred to the defendant a number of times as Miss Reed. Do you see the defendant here in the courtroom today?
I do.
And the person you spoke to that morning, can you point that person out and describe an article of clothing they're wearing?
She's sitting in the middle right there in front of me wearing a black suit with yellow colored metal buttons on it.
When you walked in, did you say that the defendant was sitting on a couch?
She was.
How close were you when you were speaking to her?
Within 12, 15 feet. We were in the same room, in the living room area.
Was Mr. Proctor there?
He was.
Was Mr. Proctor speaking to her?
He was.
Were you speaking to her at the same time or interchanging?
Oh.
We were both communicating with her, a team approach.
I want to
A
ask you about
team
that conversation you had
approach?
with Miss Reed. Before I do, Your Honor, may I approach briefly?
What does that even mean? A team approach. I like to be nosy and see who's there. Oh, here we go with the fan. I saw Alan Jackson right now.
Detail at the end of the case about this matter. However, I want you to understand that at this time, as the statements are offered into evidence, that before you may consider the content of any such statement made by the defendant as evidence, you're going to have to make a
love
preliminary
Alan and
determination
David
about
Kennedy.
whether or not it can be considered by you as evidence at all. In your determination, at the end of the case, you're not to consider any such statement by the defendant as evidence, even though it's presented to you through a witness at trial, unless from all the evidence in the case, you first determine that the Commonwealth has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Ms. Reed made the statements she's alleged to have made, and that she made it voluntarily, freely, and rationally. All right, go ahead, Mr. Brennan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I thought Alan Jackson.
Sir, I want you to begin from when you were in the
Fine.
living room, your beginning conversation with the defendant, the presence of both her father and mother. You're with Mr. Proctor. Can you share with us the conversation that you had with the defendant?
Yes. She stated that she's willing to answer our questions, but she didn't want to go into too many details. That's how the conversation began. She provided us the fact that Mr. O'Keefe was hanging out with a friend of his at 5 p.m. at the One Meadows Ave residence, following which he proceeded to C.F. McCarthy's in Canton, where the defendant stated that she met him approximately at 9 p.m. She was drinking vodka sodas. Mr. O'Keefe was consuming Bud Light beer. After C.F. McCarthy's, they proceeded to the Waterfall Grill and Bar. At this point, the defendant was asked if she brought a beverage with her from C.F. McCarthy's to the Waterfall establishment, to which she stated she didn't think so. After the Waterfall, the defendant stated that she dropped Mr. O'Keefe off at 34 Fairview. She was asked if she saw him go in the house. She stated no, she did not see him go in the house. She was asked about the damage to her rear taillight, to which she stated, quote, "I don't know how I did it last night," end quote. Once she provided us with the fact that she dropped him off and never saw him go in the house, she was asked to provide details about her leaving. She stated that she made a 3-point turn and left. She was asked to provide some explanation of how Mr. O'Keefe sustained those injuries that he had. She did not.
Let me stop you there. Did you get an answer to your question about how he sustained the injuries or the details about the 3-point turn?
No, I did not.
You mentioned that when you were at Good Samaritan Hospital, you saw blood on the back
This is
of
day
Mr.
12.
O'Keefe's head.
Yes.
Did you ask the defendant anything about that injury?
Yes, we asked about the injuries that Mr. O'Keefe had, that he had been displaying, and whether or not he had those injuries the night prior at either McCarthy's or Waterfall, to which the defendant stated she didn't see any injuries on him. But then she provided a statement saying that Mr. O'Keefe bumped his head 2 nights prior and asked her about it, which to me seemed kind of strange. But
Without the commentary. After she told you that Mr. O'Keefe had bumped his head 2 nights prior and that he had asked about it or she had asked about it?
she stated that he had bumped his head 2 nights prior and Mr. O'Keefe asked her about it.
Did she say when Mr. O'Keefe asked her about the bump on his head from the few nights before?
No, she did not.
Did the conversation conclude?
Yes, it did.
After the conversation concluded, what was your next step?
Once the conversation concluded, the defendant was advised that her vehicle is being seized and her cell phone was also seized.
Were there any other items at that point that you were seizing other than the cell phone and the vehicle?
Not from that location, no.
Did you have a warrant at that point?
We did not, no.
Oh,
Did you have authority to seize items prior to having a warrant?
I'll allow that.
Well, what is the process when you want to obtain items?
wait,
that you
I
don't
thought
have
they
a
needed to
warrant?
have a
You
warrant.
go through.
We seized them to prevent any alteration, destruction of the evidence that could be contained on those
They don't need
items
a warrant?
pending a warrant. They're secured. They're not touched or processed by us. The process of obtaining a warrant includes writing an affidavit justifying.
Yeah, we,
Alan
we
Jackson
don't
was
need
like,
to hear
cut
any
that
of
shit out.
Understood. Did you ultimately obtain both the phone and the vehicle?
Yes, we did.
Describe how the vehicle was seized. What happened?
That kind of sounds nice.
The defendant
Marlon.
provided her key card. It's like a credit card size key fob for the vehicle to allow the ignition to start. It was driven onto a flatbed tow truck, secured, and then we followed it from Dighton to the Canton Police Department.
Was video ever provided that showed part of that vehicle being loaded onto the tow truck?
Yes, it was.
Have you ever reviewed that video?
Yes, I did.
When you were at Dighton and the defendant's Lexus was being put
On whose
on
doorstep?
the tow truck, about what time was that?
It was approximately 4:15 in the afternoon on the 29th of January, 2022.
Now, you mentioned that you took a cell phone Are there parts or participants on the team that handle that specific type of evidence?
Yes, we have troopers that are specialized, trained, and have expertise in
Cooper Proctor.
digital forensic analysis, extraction, and processing of digital devices.
Is that something you do?
I am trained in certain portions of it, but I am not an expert like them.
Did you manipulate the phone in
That's
any way?
nice.
No,
Did you see Mr. Proctor manipulate the phone in any way?
I don't recall seeing that, no.
Before the vehicle was moved or during the loading of the tow, did either you or Mr. Proctor go back anywhere near that vehicle?
We were near the vehicle once it was unloaded, but we never touched it.
Objection.
Okay.
Objection. Oh, I like to be nosy and look at everyone and what everyone's wearing.
Had
Objection.
I'm going around.
Wait, I missed.
back to the Canton Police Department
Where was Mr. Proctor?
in my front passenger seat.
During that time, had you made arrangements or did you receive any information about other members of the team engaging in any searches relative to this case?
Yes, I have.
And what did you learn?
I learned that Detective Lieutenant Tully had
Objection.
I'm going around.
had dispatched other members of our unit to 34 Fairview
I did. I just messaged
and
you,
other resources from the Massachusetts State Police to assist him in a search for the missing shoe.
Do you know what time those other
The
members
missing shoe.
arrived or began to arrive at 34 Fairview?
Objection.
Sustained.
You begin your travels at 4:15 p.m. back to the Canton Police Department. Why did you choose to bring the vehicle to the Canton Police Department if the Canton police detectives were not working on this case anymore?
They had a heated storage facility, being the Sally Port. We needed to preserve the vehicle as best we could away from the elements. And it was also in close proximity to our office, also to
Wow, that's
process
crazy.
the
I didn't know
vehicle
that.
and get the search warrant from the local courthouse would have been more convenient for us.
Why was a heated Sally Port or a heated garage important to you?
Hey,
The
East
vehicle was
West.
impacted with snow that accumulated, and also from traveling on the highways, it was packed with a shell of snow covering the exterior of it. So it would melt away in the heated Sally Port.
Were you intending on having other resources or other team members or other units available to look at the vehicle at some point?
Yes, we were.
Who were you intending? Who did you expect would have to look at the vehicle in the future?
For one, we'd have to document the exterior of it with photographs. That would be crime scene services section. We would process it for fingerprints, which would be also serve as the crime scene services section provides. We would, if needed,
I
take
think I know what that is,
swabs for DNA or other latent evidence.
Yuri
that would be
Bukaki.
the chemist,
You're not
as
from
well
it.
as if the authority was there to process
I used to mod for
the
Vinny.
internal workings, the computer chips, and the infotainment system of the
Crazy.
vehicle. And that would be a digital
Awesome as well.
forensics expert that's
Other
trained in
than-
that field.
I might have to
Would an
go.
unheated garage or Sally Port impede that?
Yes.
Given that Canton Police Department was not now part of the active investigation, did you have any concerns bringing it to the Canton Police Department?
No.
You said you left Dayton at 4:15. What time approximately did you and Mr. Proctor and that Lexus arrive at the Canton heated Sallyport garage area?
We arrived at the Canton Police Department at 5:30, and the vehicle was unloaded and placed into the garage at 5:35 p.m.
Did you and Mr. Proctor go into the garage?
Yes, we did.
And in the garage, what were you doing?
We helped facilitate putting yellow.
I'm going to ask you what you were doing and then what you saw Mr. Proctor doing rather than use we. I want to be very specific about what you did and saw. What were you doing?
I
yeah.
helped put up
Get it together.
yellow caution tape around the vehicle to prevent anyone from coming near it and touching it.
Were there any other persons in that area other than you and Mr. Proctor?
There were members of the Canton Police Department.
Did you make observations of the vehicle once you had it in that Sallyport area?
Yes, I did.
You mentioned that it was packed with snow. Was the snow still on it when you brought it into the Sallyport?
Yes, there was.
Did you wipe the car down or clear the car of the snow?
No,
Did you touch the vehicle in any way with your hands?
no,
Did you ever see
That's
Mr.
crazy,
Proctor
Laura.
touch that vehicle?
no, he did not.
Objection.
I'll sustain it.
Move to strike.
I'll strike that, ask you differently, Mr.
Did you ever see Michael Proctor touch that vehicle while you were in the Sallyport area?
I did not.
How long did you remain in the Sallyport area for, do you know?
We remained in the Sallyport area approximately until 5:51 and change, based on
Okay,
the
that's
best of
enough.
my memory.
After you left the Sallyport area, where did you go?
We left the Sally. I apologize.
Why does he
Go
think
ahead.
that's
You
funny?
can say first what you did and then.
What the heck?
Decide.
This freaking
I left the
weirdo.
Sallyport area
It's the
and
middle of a
proceeded
trial.
inside the Canton Police Department.
Where was Mr. Proctor?
He was with me.
By your side?
Yes.
Jules,
Did he
your
ever
ass
leave your
better
site?
stay up.
I'm sure at some point he walked away from me, but I can't. We were traveling
Facts are
together
facts.
all day.
Testimony is pointless.
You went into a different part of the Canton
Steven?
Police Department?
I kind
Yes.
of agree
Where
with
did you
that.
go?
I do.
Into the
Yeah.
dispatch
We know
area.
they're liars.
And then the conference room upstairs later on.
Why did you go up to the conference room?
The conference room was provided for us to use as a meeting location. The members of our unit that had assisted at the 34 Fairview Road scene had traveled back to Canton Police, and we were meeting there to exchange information based on what we had learned with our portions of the investigation. That way everyone's on the same page at that point.
Did you meet, is this team, is it called a CERT team?
There is a CERT team.
Do you know if the CERT team was the team that went to 34 Fairview?
Yes, I do.
Did you
Really?
meet with the entire CERT team that night at the Canton Police Department or some members?
Not the entire team, no.
Oh, wow.
When you had the meeting in that room, who did you meet with?
In that room, I specifically remember being Detective Lieutenant Tully, myself, Michael
Wow.
Proctor,
I
and
hate
other
counting
members
that
of
much, eh?
our homicide and narcotics section assigned to the Norfolk District Attorney's Office.
Did you discuss the evidence you had to that point?
Yes.
Regarding 34 Fairview Road, did you develop or decide any plans to physically go back to that area?
Yes, I did.
And what was the plan?
The plan was to
I need another drink.
take shovels and rakes and other gardening
Don't leave.
equipment
I'm
and go
just
back
gonna get another
to
drink.
that
better
location
not
to
leave.
excavate for
Yeah, this guy.
additional
Yeah,
evidence.
I agree with you, Laura.
When did you make the
Don't-
decision that you were going to go
Oh,
back to
wow.
34 Fairview?
It was that evening.
Why did you decide you were going to go back at some point?
During the recall of all the information learned and sharing of that information with other members of our investigative team, it was realized that Mr. O'Keefe was wearing a black baseball hat. And at this point in time, that article of clothing was still missing.
Was there something impeding a full and complete investigation of the scene?
At 34 Fairview?
Yes.
Yes, the heavy, large amount of snow that had accumulated over the last 12 hours or so heavily hindered our investigation of that immediate scene.
When you were debriefed, did you learn the area where the search team had spent most of their time searching?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, sir?
When you were debriefed, were you informed the area that the search team spent most of their time searching?
I don't recall on the specifics of it, no.
Okay. Now, at some point, did you obtain a registry of motor vehicle record and certificate for the Lexus that you had towed?
Yes, we did.
May I approach?
Yes.
Why do I feel like he's being
Do you
arrogant?
recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And you can take a look at the following pages. And what is that, sir?
It is the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicle title, history, and registration inquiry for a black and color Lexus LX year model 2022, bearing Massachusetts registration 3GC684, registered to Karen Reed.
Do I move this document into evidence?
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 84.
Thank you. As part of your continued investigation, did you have an opportunity to obtain documents and items?
Yes,
Did you listen to audio recordings that were
I
included
know,
statements of
Laura, I need to
the
get
defendant?
caught up. I haven't watched
yes, I did.
any of it. I'm literally on this episode.
Did you listen to
Oh, that's-
audio recordings
No,
from
I don't
different
think you
sources?
calmed down.
Yes, I did.
I appreciate
What do some of
you.
those sources include?
Dateline 2020,
Thank
Gretchen
amazing.
Ross, Fox 25, various media platforms.
I wonder
My
if you
A-list mom got a membership.
walk through some of the evidence in chronological order of date.
That's awesome.
So going back to June 29th, 2022, at the
Thank you, smart
hospital,
doc.
you obtained some items.
Yes, sir.
Did you bring those items with you today?
How about
Yes, I
this
did.
journey?
I want to talk about the progress of those items from when you first obtained
Hello.
them until today. You mentioned that there were clothes that you obtained at the hospital of Mr. O'Keefe,
Yes, sir.
and you shared with us that they were wet. You put them in bags.
Yes, sir.
That night, where did those clothes go when you left the hospital?
Yeah, you gotta replay
Those
it. It's
clothes, while
wild.
bagged up, they remained in the back cab portion behind my driver's seat of my pickup truck on the floorboard.
Where did you bring them that night?
That bag containing all those clothing traveled with me around the area as we investigated. And then after the debrief at Canton PD, we brought them directly here to the Canton office of the district attorney.
Did you have those items with you at the Canton Police Department?
They were in my truck. I didn't bring them into the
I see.
the
Did they
office.
remain in your truck while you were in the Canton Police Department?
Once I placed that bag in the back of my truck, I
I'm
did not touch
sorry.
it
I
until
don't. I'm
removed
not
it
like
from the truck
attracted to
at the
coffee.
Canton district attorney's office
Are you?
to bring it in.
When did you remove it from your truck and bring it into the district attorney's office?
I'm not impressed.
Um,
No, none of
Probably
the
around
above.
8 p.m. on the 29th of January 2022.
When you brought the clothes inside, where did you bring them?
We brought him to the temporary evidence processing area within the district attorney's office in the state police section
That's
of the
right.
office where we have our desks and workspaces. There's a designated area for, at the time, for evidence processing.
What did you do with the clothes once you got them into the secure area in the district attorney's office?
Once the clothing was in that secure area, we had to lay them out to dry.
What you did if you could.
I had to lay them out to dry them. So I took a butcher paper, laid it out on the floor, and each item I removed and laid out onto that butcher paper to dry.
Was anybody with you helping you?
Yes,
And who's that?
Michael Proctor.
Why did you lay out
Oh,
the clothing items one by one separately?
Michael Proctor.
Each clothing item needs to dry naturally and prevent moisture from being trapped. That moisture, if trapped, could develop mold and damage any DNA evidence that we could retrieve. Scientists could retrieve from the item. To prevent that, we dried each item individually, separating each item for better airflow.
How long did it take for those items to dry?
What?
Several days.
And were they in that secure area on the butcher paper for several days?
Yes, sir.
Are there times when that separate area was left alone, nobody watching?
Yes, sir.
Were those clothes ultimately moved from that area?
Ultimately, they were moved, yes.
Did you personally remove them from that area?
No, I did not.
Did you know if they were bagged and put into evidence?
I do know they were bagged and put into evidence.
Is there an evidence locker at that office?
Yes, there is.
Is it a secure area?
Yes, it is.
Does every officer or trooper have access to that evidence room?
No, they do not.
Did you again see those items at a later date?
Yes, I did.
And have you seen those items since?
Yes, I have.
The items, the clothing items you took from the hospital, do you remember what items they were?
Yes, I do.
Can you share with us your memory of what items they are?
It was a two-tone gray sweatshirt, light material sweatshirt. It was an orange t-shirt.
Cool.
It was a
you sleeping?
pair of blue jeans, a belt, and a pair of underwear boxers.
And did you bring those clothing items with you today?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Beginning with the pants, do you have them with you up at the stand, Mr. O'Keefe's pants?
Yes.
Oh.
Could you produce it, please?
Yes, sir.
So we get to watch him show the
Do you have
evidence
gloves, Trooper Mechanic?
that they so
Yes, I do.
easily mishandled. Not impressed. Wow. Did we watch this part? Oh no, he showed the glass. He showed the glass. Wait, was that him?
I'd move this item into evidence.
No objection.
With the court permission, I'd ask the trooper to show the item to
Because
the
he
jury.
was on numerous days. Oh my god, smog dog. Oh,
Thank you.
wow, it's like eerie seeing his pantalones. Rico Suave, I don't know why you want to troll me. You're a liar. I look good naked. Then we go. And
May I
we go.
approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
He was definitely dragged, Laura.
To the 85.
Did you learn during your conversations with the CERT team and other members of the team that a sneaker was found at 34 Fairview?
Yes, I did.
Have you seen the
Thank you,
photographs
Mara.
relative to that sneaker?
Yes, I have.
And you mentioned when you were at the hospital, there was a sneaker, one.
Yes,
Just one.
Do you
sneaker.
have that sneaker with you?
I do.
Could you produce it, please?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd move this item into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
Oh, Bukaki.
Could I have the court's permission for the trooper to show it to the jury?
Abuelita, Sonia, I love you. He was dragged. Oh, the one shoe.
Trooper, is that the sneaker that was at the hospital when you visited Mr. O'Keefe?
No, sir. This is the sneaker from 34 Fairview.
Could I have that marked?
Wait, what? There was two different sneakers?
What, is that a left or a right sneaker, sir?
This is the left sneaker.
Wait.
Excuse me. This is the right sneaker.
The one at the hospital is different from the one at Fairview? Wait,
From
it's not, wouldn't they be the same?
34 Fairview Road.
Where's Laura?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is going on?
Let Mr. Brennan bring the bag over, please.
There's John O'Keefe's brother. He does not look very, he doesn't look very impressed. I wouldn't be either.
See you.
All rise, please. Jurors, close your notebooks, follow me.
A bunch of channels have debunked it, maybe. A lot of people thought it was two different sneakers. I don't buy it. I think the defense would have said something. Ah, okay. A lot of people thought it was two.
Jurors, every piece of evidence that you're getting is recorded, and we have to keep a
can't
very
help that.
clear record. So sometimes we spend time that may seem like a waste of time to you, but it's very, very important for the case. So we do appreciate your patience. All right.
So
go ahead,
suck it
Mr.
up.
Brennan.
Is what she's saying.
Trooper Kennick, you shared with us that you met with some of the members of the state police that night and then returned to the Norfolk County
Bukaki.
District Attorney's Office to put the
Buchanan,
clothing on,
Bukaki.
butcher paper, you call it. What was your next step in your investigation?
We
I'm tripping about this sneaker,
met
Laura.
and discussed the next
I'm like,
steps.
what the-
My decision was to go back to 34 Fairview and excavate for the missing clothing
You're
item
not
being
missing.
Mr. O'Keefe's hat. There was also
You better come back.
plans to start writing
Oh, man.
search warrants.
Did the weather get better over the next couple days?
The weather
Like when
did
I was
take a
nothing.
turn for the warmer temperatures. Yes.
Did you return to Fairview a few days later
What are you
on February
doing?
3rd?
I'm gonna need to put
Yes, I
like a
did.
Was
tracker
that
on
the
you.
first time you personally had visited 34 Fairview?
Yes, it was.
When you went to 34
Wait.
on February 3rd, 2022.
Okay, he literally said, was that the same shoe that was at the hospital? And he said no. So was John wearing two different shoes, or was there two different pairs of shoes? I'm confused. I'm only back if the buzzballs are back. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we will have the buzzballs. We're going back to the buzzballs. It's like a love-hate relationship kind of thing. I was saying, like I told you with the buzzballs. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get back together with the buzzballs. So yeah, what about the shoes? John was wearing one shoe when he arrived at the hospital. This is the other shoe they found when they were searching the property. Wait, so he was wearing two different shoes? I don't get it. Because if he's wearing two shoes that were the same and boom, he got hit and died, why would the shoes be different? It's not two different shoes. A lot of people are saying it's two different sneakers. Huh? Where's the other shoe? That's what I want to know
About
too.
what time in the morning you went?
Sometime between 8:30, 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30.
When you went there, did you travel with
If
anybody?
I'm confused, something's
Yes.
wrong.
Who did you travel with?
It was other members of
My
my unit and a member from crime scene services.
Did you all travel in the same vehicle, or did you meet there?
We all traveled in our own issued cruisers.
Was this a planned search or a planned excavation on February 3rd,
Yes, it was.
2022?
Yes, it was.
Who was there at the scene, 34 Fairview, with you?
It was Trooper DeChico.
Wait.
Mike
If it was two
Proctor,
different shoes,
and,
say hypothetically speaking, two different pairs of shoes, could that possibly mean that someone tried to put different shoes on him? I don't-
Trooper Evan Brent.
And Trooper Evan, last name?
Brent.
Brent. Was Trooper Brent the photographer?
Yes.
What type of tools did you bring when you went to 34
I'm saying, what
Fairview?
the heck?
We brought snow shovels, garden shovels. I brought like an E-tool, military style E-tool.
Was there still some snow on the ground?
There
Military
was,
style
yes.
E-tool.
Did you and the members of the group begin to look for any evidence?
Yes, we did.
Were you looking on the street?
I'm
or did you move
tripping
to more on
about
the
the
grass?
sneakers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ask it differently.
What area were you focused on at this point?
We were focused on the lawn portion of the property by in the vicinity of the flagpole, the fire hydrant, and along the edge of the
Hey, guys,
asphalt.
Did you see a berm, an asphalt berm separating the concrete street and the yard?
Yes,
Were you looking anywhere near the area of the berm?
we did, yes.
Were you looking anywhere on the street?
The street was plowed, but portions of the street still had remnants of snow, so we did check that area, but it was much easier to
I don't know. I don't like the
identify
vibes
anything
I get
because it
from
was
this guy.
clear of
for
snow.
coffee.
Where was most of your focus?
I don't like it.
On the lawn.
As you worked your way through the lawn, did you or members of your team come across any items that you believe to be evidence?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to produce some of that evidence to us. Beginning with 535, did you find a number of pieces of plastic?
Yes.
Could you produce 535?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
he's showing all the evidence.
Let me check a couple questions before you open that. If somebody identifies an object that they believe to be evidence, what was the process for handling it?
On this day, we identified an evidence. The process would have been documenting each item that was located with photographs. Then one of the members of the individuals present would bag each item into a paper bag.
When they were bagged, would the person bagging them use any type of protection like you're using?
Absolutely, every time.
After the items are bagged, was the bag sealed?
Eventually it was sealed, yes.
When you say eventually, what does that mean?
Once it was, all the items were inside and
Relax.
it
That
was
is
brought
pissing me
back
off
to
every day
the,
that I watch her.
the office, it would be sealed, signed, completely filled out
Yeah, Laura, they're
with
trying
all
to
the
act so
pertinent
professional in
information
court.
on the back.
I'm not impressed.
Could you open that bag?
Bev needs
Yes, sir.
to listen. Bev needs to do like the Melly routine. She needs to like drink a buzz ball, do like a hair mask, not be so angry, like do something freaky, like let me put her hair up. She's a little upset with the Melly routine. Okay. Maybe like smoke a little vape, have a little Modelo with a straw. You know what I mean? Like she needs to chill out. Get laid.
Before you take the pieces out, I'm asking you to look into your recognize
That-
those pieces.
Yes, I do.
What do you
Taking
recognize them to be?
applications.
I recognize them to be the items that we recovered from the lawn area on the left side of 34 Fairview Road
Me too.
on February 3rd, 2022, during the planned excavation of the property.
And were they
I'll
photographed before they were put in that bag?
Fall in love with buzz balls.
You're on my approach before Trooper Buchanan
Yes.
opens
Or I
that
don't
bag
believe
to go
anything
through it.
they say. Their credibility is so shot, in my opinion. This police department, Bukaki, Proctor, all of them. It's so fucked up. Oh no, pardon my language. Sorry, YouTube. YouTube's so anal. I can't handle it. Follow my TikTok. Why is he standing up? Is this the Pledge of Allegiance? What are we doing?
A series of photographs. I've asked you to take a look at them, see if you
Oh
recognize.
my god, the sirens. Every live. I can't handle it. Marca. I can't believe his name is Bukaki. I know. Marca. I'm Mexican, so I don't know. He's so official. Thank you. Oh.
Thank you.
Bukaki, I'm not impressed with you. I'm really not.
These two are taped together.
When you found them, were they taped together?
No. They're taped
Yeah, only
together by
real
the
ones
lab.
will know what that means. Melly made us watch all of the Hyde Girl. Listen, I'm behind, but you guys better freaking watch this all the way through with me. I don't care if you have to stay up. I don't care if you have to snort some coffee the next day. I don't know. Figure it out. We're going to get through this. Well, this weekend I plan to get caught up. So we're going to do a little marathon with the buzz balls. Yeah, what is he pulling out of these bags? Gas mask. You better not leave. Why you always leave
There's also
me? I
a
thought we were in
canister
love.
labeled debris collection. That
I don't
number is
even drink coffee. I'll say it.
22-0218
You don't drink alcohol. You don't drink coffee.
7-8.1.
Oh, happy birthday to your son, Smongang.
This is
What is mi amor?
7-8G.
¿Me quieres?
This is 7-8N as in November.
Está bien.
There are also items too small to label with a letter and number. Those were put into a bag like this. Almost looks like a stamp bag, wax stamp bag.
Are those all the items in that bag?
Wait, what?
Altogether, there are,
What is going on?
it does look like those are all the items. Some of them are inside the canister that I pulled up.
Understood. You know how to move those items into evidence, please?
Exhibit 95.
Sir, you mentioned that there was a trooper there photographing the evidence.
Yes, sir.
Did the photographer take a photograph of the items in place when they were found, or the items moved to a different location before they were photographed?
That day, every item was photographed where it was found.
With the court's permission, I'd like to show a number of exhibits to the jury.
Okay.
And starting with Exhibit 89, which is P490-7690.
Oh, that sucks, Laura. I was gonna actually look into that.
Trooper, is that one of the
There's got to
items
be a
found
better
that
way to
day?
preserve evidence.
Yes, it is.
Do you know where, in relation to
Like
the
a
fire
professional,
hydrant or the flagpole,
ethical,
this item was
scientific
recovered?
way?
It was in the general vicinity between.
Dude, I will never ever. I will never ever. To the boys, yeah, I have to keep up with that. There's evidence. There's got to be what? Yeah. No. I'm sure.
the flagpole and the fire hydrant. The area we were excavating was approximately 40 to 50 square feet in area.
Mr. Brennan, can that be expanded, please, so that the jurors can see what we're looking at?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All saying.
Is the
How
item
are
that
you?
you recovered on top of that leaf?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. If I could next show Exhibit 90, which is P492-7692. Before we close up, sir, is that the fire hydrant that is at the corner of 34 Fairview Road?
Yes, it is.
Could we close up, please, on that?
Tomorrow.
Why is there a ruler on the
Abuelita's
ground?
journey.
The ruler is
Lot of refill,
utilized
bro.
to
Are you
help
like
put the item to scale by the
the biggest water
photographer from
drinker in the
Crime
world?
Scene
'Cause I
Services.
thought I
They
drink a lot of
utilize
water.
these
I drink like
measuring
gallons a day.
rulers for scale of the item that you're looking
Or
at.
maybe like
Sometimes it's hard to depict how large an item is if there's no reference point.
They're like, yeah, 1.5.
Could we do a little bit further view to
All
show the
evidence
fire hydrant?
like 6 months after I was.
Thank you. Is that where this piece of evidence was found, in that exact location?
Yes, sir.
I love water too.
Thank you. I'd like next to show to the jury Exhibit 91, which is P515-7721. Do you recognize that piece of evidence?
Yes, sir.
Could we zoom in, please?
Really? So you can appeal it? All the evidence is
Is that the same
After
piece of evidence that is depicted in Exhibit 89, P490-7690, different angle with the ruler?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If we could have Exhibit 92, please, which is P493-7694.
What
Could
is
you
that?
zoom in, please? Is that piece of evidence in the
What
bag
is
you
that?
provided as evidence, physical evidence?
Yes, sir.
Was this found
Oh, I see
near the area of the
I
other
see
pieces?
it now.
Yes, it was.
I guess my glasses don't help.
If we could show Exhibit 93, P507, 7711, please. Could you zoom in, please? How long did you spend that day looking, you and the team, for pieces of evidence?
I was probably 45 to an hour.
And finally, if I could show Exhibit 94, P503, 7707. And could you zoom in, please? And this piece of evidence.
Wait,
where
what is it?
the
Is
other
it the
pieces was this found?
little clear
In the
spot?
same vicinity.
This that they're looking at? This right here?
Thank you. If you could take that down, please.
Is that what they're looking at? Or am I blind?
When you were searching,
Fine.
did you find any item near the street area?
Yes, we did.
What did you find?
A black plastic drinking straw.
Could you retrieve 536 for us, please?
When in doubt. That's why you didn't really do your cigarette, but
I've moved this
I'm
piece of
smoke
evidence
seeds.
into evidence.
No objection.
All right.
I do like emails. Well,
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, let's get it passed.
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Let's wait till it's mine.
what then? What the hell did you just say?
Showing the photograph, do you recognize that, sir?
Yes, I did.
What's it a photograph of?
It's a photograph
I'm so
of
bad.
the black drinking straw that we found at 34 Fairview on February 3rd, 2022.
What location
Yeah,
did
bud.
you find it in?
It was close to the paved berm on the street.
This is after the street was plowed.
Yes, it was.
Let's move this into evidence as an exhibit, please.
After the street was plowed. About to pull some,
Exhibit 98.
there was a dude that I used to wear gloves when we passed the lighter up. I swear to God. What?
Yes.
That's me. I want to say like watermelon.
Yes, sir.
When your sneeze goes away. Is that true? Probably not. You weren't. No. Let's see. Why do I always sneeze around this time? Whose bullshit am I allergic to? No, who's so paranoid? I was thinking that, Laura. You said it, but I was thinking it too. Why is he showing all awkward?
With the court's permission, I'd like to show Exhibit 98 to the jury,
Okay.
and that is
What was that?
P4887688. Sir, could you look at that photograph? And Ms. Gilman, could you close? Do you recognize what's in that photograph?
I do.
And what is that?
That is the photograph of the straw we picked up
Travis.
from the street in front of 34
Chill out.
Fairview Road.
Could we zoom out a little bit, please, Ms. Gilman?
Whatever's up your butt. Just chill out.
Is that the area where you or your team recovered that straw?
That is exactly where it
chill
was
out.
found and recovered from.
Take a deep breath.
That photograph doesn't show much of the grass area.
Stop.
Is-
You're
How
acting
far is
crazy.
that area from the fire hydrant?
It's probably, with my estimate, 15 feet maybe 20 from the fire hydrant. It's probably 15 to 20 feet if I had to estimate.
Thank you. You mentioned that one of the items that you went back to Fairview to try to find was a hat. Why were you specifically looking for a hat?
I had learned that Mr. O'Keefe was wearing a black baseball hat the night prior to the incident. So with us recovering the clothing from the hospital and the hat was not part of that pile of clothing, we needed to see where the hat was. That could have been a lead. That could be a clue of where Mr. O'Keefe was last prior to being discovered.
Did you or the team ultimately find a hat that morning?
Yes.
Could I have you produce 537?
Yes, sir.
All right, move that item into evidence.
No objection.
So this is going to be 96.
Thank you.
What's that thing that lady always puts over her mouth? I know she's like the court whatever reporter. Mushrooms.
The court's mission. Could
Yes.
you open that and show the jury?
I thought he going out a window. He doesn't look very happy. Helium. My little star is so dope. Oh, the hat.
Was that item photographed?
Yes, it was.
And when that was taken from the scene, was the same method used of using gloves and putting it in a bag?
Yes, it was.
When the item was it photographed in the place that it was found?
Yes, it was.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Still the inside of the hat. I feel like I'm watching a person open presents. That's funny. Skittles.
So I'm showing you a series of photographs that you take a look at. The first one, do you recognize that photograph?
I do.
What is it?
I think it's
It's
for her to speak into. It's just
cumulative
weird how they
snow
like hold it up to her
that
mouth
was
like
being
right here. They like
at
it's like so close.
the scene where we located
It's Rambo.
Mr. O'Keefe's hat.
And the second photo?
The second photo is a close-up of Mr.
Anyone
O'Keefe's
remember the
hat
orange sunshine? When
flattened
people?
and frozen to the ground
What is that?
with portions of it
So?
exposed from underneath the piled up
With chocolate.
snow.
Third photo?
Third photo is also of the hat once it's been removed, and you can see the thin blue line, American flag, on the front of the hat, and the Nike swoosh on the brim.
And the fourth photo, please.
And the fourth photograph is also a close-up of
Hey,
the top
suck
of
my
the hat
Please.
with a scale ruler next to it
Oh, the movie.
with grass showing from underneath the hat.
That's how the
I'm going to put these
movie.
back in the order you identified them. Or I move these four photographs into evidence.
Okay. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Do you want them as 4 separate or A, B, C?
what's going on? Bukaki. What is going on?
99A through 99D, so Mark.
Thank you very much.
To conduct the based on the amount of snow still present and the fact that we were finding pieces of broken taillight and glass at the scene, and items that we did not expect to find, like a cocktail glass straw. I directed my members
We're
to
keeping Laura up.
go by the scene every day as the temperatures rose.
Lawn bag.
Snow would expose
Okay.
more evidence on the lawn, and with the hopes of finding each and every item that was present.
On February 4th, the next day, 2022, did you receive a call?
Yes, I did.
Not what was said, but who was that call from?
Jen McCabe.
I believe it was
I don't want you to guess if you don't know. Was the person a member of any group?
yes,
From what group?
it was Canton Police.
Oh, I thought it
As
was
a
Jen
result
McCabe.
of receiving a call from the Canton Police, or someone from the Canton Police on February 4th, 2022, did you go anywhere?
I was already en route to 34 Fairview to conduct a directed check of the area.
When you say directed check, you drive
Thank
by
you, Laura.
every day on your way to work?
I told my members on every day to work and home to make sure someone's checking the lawn to make sure that any evidence that exposes itself through the melting snow would be identified and collected.
So as you were on your way there, you received a call from someone from the Canton Police.
Yes,
Did you arrive at 34 Fairview on February 4th, 2022?
I did.
When you got there, did you see any more items?
Yes, I did.
How many?
One item, a larger in size red taillight piece had revealed itself, and it was collected.
Could you produce 710, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen to Laura. That's fine. Really? What smog dog? Laura, they have their hands preoccupied. Ew. Yeah. What is he doing? What is he getting out of the bag? Like, wow. Oh my god, I can't.
Is that a photograph of the item you just showed the jury, sir?
Yes, it is.
And where was it in relation to the other pieces that you had
That's a
found
good one,
on
Laura. That's a
February
good
3rd?
one.
It was further to the right. If you're looking at
We going out the window.
the property, if you have the fire hydrant on your left, it was further to the right, on the right bank of the snow that was melting on the lawn.
Is that on the lawn or on the pavement?
That's on the lawn.
And could we show the
that
close-up, please,
real?
P47? Thank you. You could take it down, please. When you recovered those items, did you go through the same protocol of gloves and bags?
Absolutely.
Did you return to 34 Fairview on February 10th?
Yes, I did.
Was the snow in a different state than when you last left it on February
It
3rd?
just popped out of
Yes,
the
it had
snow.
receded significantly.
When you went back on February 10th, were you with anybody?
I believe I was with another trooper.
Do you know who that was?
I don't remember. I'd have to refresh my memory.
Was it Michael Proctor?
It might have been, yes.
He doesn't remember.
Could you produce
That's
7-11,
such a
please?
lie.
Yes, sir.
He remembers. What a liar.
that bag contain some of the items you found on February 10th at Fairview Road?
Yes, it does.
I'd move that into evidence, please.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Exhibit 102.
Can you describe generally the size of the items in
He's
that
like
bag?
MIA. I haven't been able to contact them. I'm worried.
Can I open it?
Please.
Because he's one of my moms. I'm stroking on my vape pen. What is he gonna show now?
Generally speaking, there's 6 plastic pieces of clear and red and black items that are in size approximately to like a $50.
Without going through every one of them, can you just pull out one red and one clear to show the jury a representative sample of what's in the bag? In total, there's 6 items in that bag.
In total, there are 6 items in the bag.
When you retrieved those items, did you use the same protocol of gloves and a
I
bag?
agree, smug
Yes.
dog.
Did you photograph these items when you took them?
Not on this day, no.
Why not?
We had been
He
to
thinks
the
he's
scene
being
so many
proper with the
times.
evidence.
It was the same general vicinity, and we just made the decision not to have crime scene come out to photograph these six pieces.
You made a
Were they
decision
in
not
any,
to have them come out and
remarkably
photograph
different
it
position than the other pieces? Anything that stood out, or were they in the? Let me rephrase that.
because what are you covering up?
Where were
Lukaku.
they generally in relation to the other pieces that you had found?
They were all in the general area where the other pieces had been located. It was on the left side of the lawn, but near the flagpole, between the road and the home.
Was there another group of items that you found that day that you put in a separate bag?
Yes.
Could you provide us? May I approach? I'm not sure if I've marked this one for evidence.
Yes.
Or
Dude. Okay, I'm sorry. After the red solo cups, I'm sorry. How are we supposed to trust that anything they do regarding evidence and contamination? How are we supposed to believe that? Carrie says these pigs are so dirty they set her up. That's all she's guilty of. She was drinking. I don't blame. Like, I'm just speaking from like experience. From like experience, and yeah, maybe Karen Reed was just messed up, and that was it. You know, like I can accept that. I definitely can. I think, you know, beyond what we think about like the Karen Reed case generally, we can all agree that the way they handled the investigation and the evidence is shady, right? We can agree on that, like as a whole. And so I just think like after I heard like Cooper Proctor's text messages too, like, you know, that like that saying when people say like, if someone shows you who they are, like believe it. You know, like I live by that, and I feel like Cooper Proctor definitely did that, and unfortunately it takes his team and who he associates with and who was involved in the case. Like those were nasty text messages. That was the evidence is improperly handled. Like speaking from like a scientific point of view, Science doesn't lie. I'm a science major. Like, we can talk about spirituality and religion all day, blah, 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 blah. Science is science. Like, it's just, that's it. I'm just one of those people. And so I feel like I can't trust anything they say. Like, I can't. And it's pathetic that he's wearing gloves and trying to be proper in court at the second trial when that didn't matter before. Like, being proper in how you handled the evidence. And you think that makes you look good now. Like, it doesn't. Like, we didn't forget. And we're not, like, we didn't, like, we obviously, this is the second trial around. So it's almost like offensive that he gets on the stand and acts like he is a professional. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Am I just ranting? Just let me know.
7-12, please.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for the family dog. Justice for Chloe.
I'd move this into evidence, please.
It's just like, that's it. It's the facts. And it's about ethics. If it was just like random ass people like me or whoever else, it's like, okay, maybe like whatever, but things could be different. But like, they're police officers. I'm just little old me up here. I'm just a YouTuber. Everything is my opinion. I'm not a professional. I don't work in law enforcement. I work in the medical field, but I don't work in law enforcement. So like the fact that you're in law enforcement and you're just standing up there like lying and participating in something so unethical. Like, I don't know. It just sucks. Because those are supposed to be like the good guys, right? Like, you want to be able to trust in your local law enforcement and you want to be able to feel safe in your community. Like, I would, if I was living there, I would be scared, especially being like a Latina. I'd be like, oh, shit. They're definitely going to try to pin something on more than drinking and driving too on, you know what I mean? Like, it's very much that, like, would I worry about living where they're in Canton? Yeah, I might consider that. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Exhibit 103.
It involves a lot of politics, if you may.
With the court's permission.
And I don't like
can I
politics.
Open the bag.
Yes.
They have no integrity. Like, it's your job. You went to school for it. You went to the academy. You did like all this work to be like respected and held in that higher like position. And then you just, like, I hope it was worth it. I really do. Even for Poop or Proctor. Like, I hope that was worth losing your career, losing probably your relationship to at some point. That wife of yours that was on the video, like, oh, what? Like, she's eventually going to get over your shit of losing your job and not being able to get another job unless it's like a basic job. And that's fine. Like, do what you want, Pooper Proctor, but at the end of the day, you were still the unethical cop who got fired. Period. You know what I mean? Can we get a count how many gloves are used in this trial?
In that bag, are there different types of items? The items you showed us before were
I'm just
gonna be
saying.
plastic.
The trial of lies.
Yes, these items are
I want to switch
packaged
all my
in,
Karen Reed lives
wax
to
paper.
that
There's
name.
14 pieces in total, and these items
Smart about
contain
it.
glass and plastic fragments, some of which are also within like a cylindrical tin container that you saw earlier.
Could you show us some of the glass pieces, please?
Yes, sir. I'm going to have to open the wax bag.
Please.
Why is he acting like he's opening? Why is he trying to be so careful? It's bugging me. Dude.
Could you stand so the people in the back can see? Thank you.
What's wrong with him?
Were there a number of different items inside that are inside that bag that you found that day?
Yes, there are a number of glass pieces taped and labeled for identification at the lab and mechanically pieced together to form this one piece in my right hand, and this is one solid, thick piece of curved glass in my left hand.
And again, is this February 10th, 2022?
Yes, it is.
He had a grocery
The
bag,
last
like 10 different
evidence
things
bag, you
earlier.
said that you did not photograph where they were found. Did you photograph where these pieces were found?
No, I did not. No.
Any different reason than the last bag?
No.
Do you have a memory of where these items were found in relation to the items in the last bag?
Yes, they were all in the general vicinity where all the other taillight pieces were located, as well as the baseball hat.
How much snow was on the ground at this point?
Most of the snow had melted. There
Smart
might have been some areas that was still present because of the excavation that took place. So very little to no snow was present at this point in time.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Is that all the pieces that you have that you were part of finding or retrieving from 34 Fairview Road related to plastic or glass discovery?
Yes, sir.
Did you continue to work on this case?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you receive video from a number of different locations?
Yes.
Where were you part of retrieving or receiving video from?
I was part of retrieving and receiving video from CF McCarthy's, the waterfall. There was also video that was collected from other agencies and entities.
Did you seek a search warrant or video evidence from a company called Ring?
Yes.
For what location?
For the Meadows Ave location, Mr. John O'Keefe's residence.
Did you receive video from Ring, directly from Ring?
Ring sent over files with Ring video.
Was that by link, by a computer?
I'm not sure how it came in. It was via the internet.
Did you view all of the files that were produced by Ring?
At some point, I reviewed all the files, yes.
Was that pursuant to a subpoena?
I'm sorry?
Were the Ring videos produced pursuant to a subpoena?
Were they subpoenaed?
Through the search warrant, yes. We
Sure.
requested it through the search warrant. That's the way that these providers, service providers, respond to court legal service.
Were you aware that some cruisers or the cruisers at the Canton Police Department had dash cam video?
Yes, I am aware of it.
Did you obtain and review video?
Yes, I did.
Have you seen other video from the Canton Police Department?
Yes, I did.
At some point, were you asked if you would consent to provide your DNA?
Yes, I was, yes.
Is that uncommon in investigations?
It's not common, but situations do arise where you're asked to do that. So it's
Everything's
not the first time that's
common.
happened.
It's
but it has
not
happened
common
before where a
because
law enforcement individual
that means your
officer
DNA
has
could
to
have
provide
possibly been
DNA,
found
and
somewhere.
they consent.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you review any other materials in this case? Did you
Let's not
review
forget that John O'Keefe, there was unknown male DNA on him. I think there was like 3 different male DNA. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It was like
Any
incomplete
reports?
DNA or something.
I did review reports, yes.
Did you write reports in this case?
Yes, I did.
Now, I want to ask you about Michael Proctor. You had told us that you were working on this investigation with him.
Wonder
Yes, I was.
whose
Are you still
DNA,
working on
huh?
this investigation
Everything is
with him?
common in the
No, I'm
States.
not.
Most predictable question.
You were Michael Proctor's supervisor?
Yes, I was.
When you work for the state police, you have a personal phone and a phone that is provided to you by the state police?
Yes.
The state police phone, is that a work phone?
Yes, it is.
What type of information do you receive on that phone?
You can receive communications via email, text message, cell phone, tower, voice communications.
Okay. Do officers communicate with each other at times on those work phones?
Yes, they do.
And during that time, did you have a work phone that you were using for communications?
Yes, I did.
At some point, did you receive or were you placed on an email chain that included Michael Proctor and others?
I believe it
Super
was a text chain.
Proctor.
I'm sorry, a text chain.
Yes.
Were you included on a text chain involving Michael Proctor and others?
Yes, I was.
Did you receive a text or a text chain from Michael Proctor and other
Yes,
people?
Pond Dog.
Yes, I did.
And when you received a text, do you remember where you were when you received the text chain?
The specific one you're referring to, I was at the Logan Airport
Hey, girl,
working
Dad.
a traffic detail.
When you received that text-to-text chain, did you respond?
I acknowledged the text. I did not respond through with verbiage.
And then during that text chain, did you look at the entire text chain?
No, the text message came through on my Apple Watch as I was controlling traffic. I glanced at it, took part of the information that came through, and acknowledged it with a thumbs up emoji, indicating that I read it.
At some point, did you learn everything that was on that text chain?
Yes.
And as a result of that text chain, was there an investigation?
There was.
And during that investigation, you were Michael Proctor's supervisor?
I was.
After the investigation was done, did the state police make any finding against you for that text chain?
Yes. There were 2 sustained findings as a result of that investigation.
Did you initiate that text chain?
No, I don't believe so.
You
Oh.
did react with a thumbs up?
I acknowledged the text message that he sent, or portion of the information that came through on my watch.
And the 2 sustained findings against you, were one of them for failure to adequately supervise?
Yes.
And the other, was it regarding a routine or regular review that it didn't consider that text chain?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll rephrase.
Okay.
That second sustained finding, was it regarding a review of the performance level of Mr. Proctor?
That's correct.
Sustained is to 4.
Was there a second sustained finding?
Yes, there was.
Did it relate to the review process of a subordinate?
Objection.
Sustained is to 4.
The review
What was that
process
second
of a
sustained
subordinate.
finding about?
The accuracy of the review
Oh,
of the quarterly performance
Bukowski's
evaluation.
pissed.
You said quarterly. How often would you write reviews for subordinates?
Every 90 days.
Was there any other sustained finding against you?
No,
Was there punishment in light of those two sustained findings against you?
there was.
And what was that punishment?
I lost 5 vacation days.
Do you presently?
5
work in the
vacation
Homicide
days.
Division of the
Oh,
Norfolk
cry me a
County District Attorney's
freaking
Office?
river.
I do.
Are
Freaking
you
baby.
currently a sergeant?
I am.
Oh my god. Boo hoo. Oh my god.
Have you ever reviewed
Suck it
that
up.
entire chain that was at issue?
Only through the documents provided for me during the internal investigation.
Can I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I mean, I get it. It's his vacation days, but like, really? Poor thing. I thought they said like dry mouth was a sign of lying.
Yeah, stand here.
Sure.
I'm
So
just
I'm going
kidding.
to
I'll
ask
have
you to take a look at that document,
Probably is.
and if you turn the page.
Smart water, but he's
begin
not very
to-
smart.
One more page, please. Does it
Question
begin to
mark?
reflect the email chain?
Yes, it does.
Do you remember this email chain?
I remember seeing it when I reviewed it. I don't remember the intricate details of these messages.
Do you remember that photograph?
For
I
that,
don't.
Okay, could you turn the page?
I want
Is
some.
there text?
Yes, there is.
Without citing the phone numbers, I'd like you to cite the author of the text, and I'd like you to read the text to the jury.
Oh, what's going on here? What's going on?
Do you want me to date it in time?
Oh.
I know.
Sure.
What is he gonna read?
August 17th, 2022, 9:44 p.m., 25 seconds. Funny, I am going through his retarded client's phone.
Ooh, the
read
famous
all of them,
text
please.
messages.
Next one,
that
no
prove how
nudes so far.
slimy they are.
I hate that man. I truly hate him.
Hey, can you give the author for each comment? And can you start again, because I want,
Oh my god, these are the text messages. You guys, we already know what's going on here, but this is huge. I'll never get over this. I'll never
us
get
to
over it.
understand
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
the author, whoever makes the comment. I'd
It
like to
means like
have,
read it, dude.
The,
Like read
name
who
of
the
the
hell
author.
read the text. Like, are you slow, Bukaki?
I'm sorry. This document does not
God.
identify who the author is, sir.
But you know, sir
Yes.
Bukaki, that it's your homie Proctor. Cooper Proctor.
it identifies this as your phone,
That is, yes.
but each comment doesn't identify who sent it.
No, it does not. I assume it's an extraction from one device, but
I see. If you've made any of the comments yourself, would you tell us?
if I made those comments,
No, if you make any of them in here as you read them, will you point out if you?
absolutely, yes.
Please. Okay, and if you don't know who made the comment, could you just identify that for us as you read it so we know?
Okay, do you want me to continue the next page?
Why don't we start over, because I should have been more clear in my direction. Could you begin again?
Ooh, the report doesn't state who it's
So in
from.
the beginning, it says,
Kind of
funny,
bad.
I'm going through his retarded client's phone.
Ooh, I don't like
Is that your
one.
comment?
No, it is not.
Okay, next.
It appears to
That's
be
Proctor.
the same person because of the way that the extraction happens, and it says no nudes so far. Again, I believe it's the same person because all
Poor
of these are
Gene.
identified as sent. It says, I hate that man. I truly hate him.
Do you have any belief that's Michael Proctor who is writing these?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
that is.
Next, please.
Your friend, Cooper Proctor. You're not lying.
There is a blank page, and that's the end. Yes, sir.
Proctor says, I hate that man, and he's talking about Alan Jackson,
Did you say you
Karen
were
Reed's lawyer.
suspended
believe.
5 days or lost 5 days vacation?
Lost 5 days
Wait,
of
was it
vacation.
Yannetti?
And have you continued on your cases?
Yes,
I
I
think it
have.
was Yannetti.
I want to go back to the evidence that you reviewed in this case.
Okay.
Did you get to look at the Ring video for John O'Keefe's home at
I went to
Meadows?
Walmart and they have a
Yes, I
Barney
did.
display.
Did
That
you
was my
review the video
shit when I
over
was
a
a
period
kid.
of time of January 28th and January 29th?
I did.
What were you looking for?
We were looking for activity to get a timeline. During investigations, different sources provide you information that can develop into leads. It also helps verify witness statements. It helps verify information's coming in. We always trust, but we always verify the information that we take in from individuals we do not know. So
Trust.
although it could be a cooperating witness, you still have to verify that their information is accurate. Not that they might be intentionally misleading you, but 3 people can watch the same event and observe it differently. So it's good to talk to individuals and pick up on different facts that they remember, giving you a whole picture of what took place.
Did you review Ring video for January 28, 2022 and January 29, 2022?
I did.
With the court's permission, I'd like to show a number of segments of the video from January 28, 2022.
Okay, the one that's already in evidence?
It is, it's Exhibit 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to like this too, SpongeBob. Wait,
Thank you. When you reviewed the video from the Ring, that Ring provided for Mr. O'Keefe's home on Meadows for January 28, 2022, did you review it from the morning time at about 7:18:55 throughout the evening?
On the 28th?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If I could have video 119.
Steve? Is that his name in Blue's Clues? I also used to love Blue's Clues. Ooh. What are they showing? No, I'm not AI. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh.
Thank you. After that video, did you have an opportunity to look at video at about 5:05 p.m.?
I'm sorry, there was a noise coming from a bag over here. I apologize.
Not a problem.
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. On January 28, 2022, did you have a chance to look at video from the
What
Ring at about
noise?
5:05 p.m.?
Yes.
Could I have video 145, please?
There was no noise. Did you guys hear any noise? I didn't hear any noise. The bag. Oh yeah, pay close attention here.
Thank you, Ms. Gilman.
A noise from the bag.
Did you
Yeah.
have-
Suddenly
There's
it
more
has
video.
little hands.
Did you have a chance to look at video from a little later that evening, 7:36 p.m.?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 149, please? Thank you.
Wait, what are they trying to
In
show
your
in that video?
investigation,
I didn't see anything.
did you
What did I
learn
miss?
that the defendant's phone connected to Mr. O'Keefe's Wi-Fi at his house on January 29, 2022 at 12:36:39?
Yes.
Did you look for any ring video for that time, 12:36:39?
Yes.
Was there any ring video on the
I think the car
2022?
speeding away. Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, I did.
Could we see video 153, please?
Oh, this is crazy. This is nuts.
Thank you. Did you review that video from 5:07:58?
Yes.
Did you later review video of 5:46:29?
Yes.
Could we play number 154, please?
I think that was Karen Reed's car, and is that John O'Keefe's car? Truck?
Could you stop that, please?
They looks
Do you
like they
recognize
backed into
what's
that
in
parked
that
car.
video?
She
Yes,
hit
I
John's
do. What is
SUV. Yeah, it was
That
John's
is,
SUV.
top left corner is Mr. John O'Keefe's vehicle. Middle left side of the screen is a
I do that
black,
all the time too. I hit
Lexus
shit in parking
SUV
lots.
registered
Not all
to
the time, but
Karen Reed with the
Yeah.
license plate based on that
don't
registration.
come for me.
And then on the right side, I believe that's Miss Carrie Roberts' vehicle.
Did you see the people enter the house?
Yes.
Did you look for further video after the people arrived at 5:46:29?
One time I backed into my dad's dryer.
Yes.
Was there any video of those three people leaving?
No, there was not.
Gosh. So I definitely believe
Was there later
Karen could have
video at
just backed into him in
7:05:16
the parking
a.m.?
lot.
There was, yes.
Ms. Gilman, can we see video 155, please?
Who is that?
Thank you. Did you later see video at 8:23 a.m.?
Yes.
Could we have exhibit or video 159, please? Thank you. Did you later see video at 10:36:28?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 161, please? Could you stop that, please? Do you know who's in that video?
I believe it's Mr. Paul O'Keefe and Mrs. O'Keefe.
What?
Could you please play?
So, wait, I don't get why.
Okay, thank you. Did you later look at video of 12:04?
I missed.
Yes.
What were they showing that video for?
And could we please play the 1-minute segment of video
That-
165?
Paul O'Keefe's dad was there?
Could you stop that video? Do you know who that is?
I believe that's the defendant.
Continue, please. Could you stop that? Do you know who exited the car?
Her
I
dad?
believe that's Mr. Reed.
Okay, continue, please. Thank you. Did you continue to watch the video from the driveway
Yes.
during that time period?
Yes.
Did you see anybody else get out of that car that was in the back?
Yes.
And who? You stop, please. Do you notice anything about the right rear taillight in that video?
Why did it
Yes.
skip?
What do you notice? Hi, please.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Ms. Gilman. Did you have, there's more video. Did you have a chance to look at video from a little later that evening, 7:36 p.m.?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 149, please?
I'm confused. What's going on? I believe that is who? Who's NM?
Thank you. In your investigation, did you learn that the defendant's phone
No,
connected to
no, I
Mr.
don't know.
O'Keefe's Wi-Fi at his house on January 29, 2022 at 12:36:39?
Yes.
Did you look for any ring video for that time, 12:36:39?
Yes.
Was there any ring video on the 2022?
Yes, I did.
Could we see video 153, please?
It's Karen retrial. Yeah, she definitely hit John's car. Right?
Thank you. Did you review that video from 5:07:58?
Yes.
Did you later review video of 5:46:29?
Yes.
Could we play number 154, please?
Did we already watch
Could you
this?
stop that, please? Do you recognize what's in that video?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
That is top left corner is Mr. John O'Keefe's vehicle. Middle left side of the screen is a black Lexus SUV registered to Karen Reed with the license plate based on that registration. And then on the right side, I believe that's Miss Carrie Roberts' vehicle.
Did you see the people enter the house?
Yes.
Did you look for further video after the people arrived?
Yeah, you
at
can tell
5:36,
she backed
29?
into his SUV.
Yes.
Was there any video of those three people leaving?
No, there was not.
Mm.
Was there later video at 7:05:16 a.m.?
There was, yes.
Ms. Gilman, can we see video 155, please? Thank you. Did you
Oh,
later see
it's a
video at
broken
8:23 a.m.?
Broken
Yes.
plastic.
We have exhibit or video 159, please.
Mm.
Thank you. Did you later see video at 10:36:28?
Yes, I did.
Could we have video 161, please?
I need to get my vape, but I don't want to miss this video.
Could you stop that, please? Do you know who's in that video?
Who is
I believe it's Mr. Paul O'Keefe and
Henry?
Mrs. O'Keefe.
Could you please play?
Oh.
Okay, thank you. Did you later look at video of 12:04?
Yes.
And could we please play the 1-minute segment of video 165?
So you're blinking. Me? I'm blinking. Sounds friends.
Could you stop that video? Do you know who that is?
Didn't
I
we
believe
already
that's
watch
the
this? Did
defendant.
I rewind it?
Continue, please.
Did I? Did I rewind it? I thought we already watched this.
Could you stop that? Do you know who exited the car?
I believe that's Mr. Reed.
Okay, continue, please.
I think we did because I rewinded it. This is reverting. My vape tastes like grape now or later. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Thank you. Did you continue to watch the video from the driveway
Yes.
during that time period?
Yes.
Did you see anybody else get out of that car that was in the back?
Yes.
And who?
Oh yeah,
Stop,
that's the
please.
part where it like skips.
Do you notice anything about the right rear taillight in that video?
Yes.
Where it
What do you
skipped
notice?
last time.
It's showing white and is missing the red taillight
Where it
cover
like jumps.
lens.
Hey Danny
Could you
B.
zoom back out for a second, please? Could you continue? And I'm going to ask you to stop in a second. Stop, please. Do you notice anything about that still of that video?
Yes, it's consistent with its appearance of missing that red
Okay, let me get my
taillight
vape.
lens.
If you could play the vehicle leaving the driveway, please. Thank you. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Handing you a document, sir. Do you recognize what's in that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's a still frame from the ring footage taken of the video we just watched of the Lexus SUV leaving, and the large red portion of the rear taillight is missing.
I'd like to move this into evidence.
Okay. Any objections to Jackson?
If I may correct the record, the ring video exhibits are from 12A, not Exhibit 6.
Okay.
Other evidence of the damage to that taillight before you and Mr. Proctor even got to the Dayton address?
Yes.
Could I have Exhibit 10, please? Did you have a chance to view still photos from the wellness check that was conducted by the Canton Police Department and videos on the dash cam?
Yes, I did.
Did you review this photograph?
Yes, I did.
And could we show a close-up on Exhibit 11?
Oh. Now you're awake, Jules?
Did you have a chance to view the dash cam from this footage at 8:26:31 a.m. relative
Yeah, I need to
to
go to bed
the
soon.
damage to that right rear taillight?
Yes, I did.
You shared with us that, you can take that down, please. You shared with us that after this time, somewhere around 3:15, you went to Dayton
Yes.
and you shared your observations when you got out of your truck and walked towards the car.
Yes.
Was there any difference between the damages
Not right now, though.
that you've seen
We're
in
still
the
good for a little
video, the photograph, and what you saw that morning?
The only difference is the amount of snow that's impacted on the vehicle. The damage is consistent. The large red lens is missing in every single piece of every single image that I saw.
You mentioned that there was a tow of that car in Dayton that you were there for.
Yes.
Were you aware that video footage was provided to us from that tow?
I was made aware, yes.
I'd like to enter into evidence a video from alarm.com.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you.
6105.
Alarm.com, he said.
Thank you.
Did you view the video that was provided to us relative to the right rear taillight?
From alarm.com?
Yes.
Yes.
Court's permission.
Looks
I'd
like it
play
could
that
be
for the jury.
snow even.
Okay.
That there was snow impacted on the car.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
This is video 1, Your Honor.
Okay.
Who is that? They had to wait for the snow to melt to collect evidence. If it was all clear in the first trial, why second? Karen Reed and her dad driving.
Could you play video 2, please?
Oh, there's a lot of snow.
Could you stop, please? Do you notice anything about the color of the right rear taillight?
Yes, it was white.
Oh,
Could you
wow.
continue, please?
So it proves it was
Thank you.
broken.
You can put the lights on, please.
Hey, Killa.
Sir, did you have an opportunity to review
Reverse
Video
lights are
from
white.
the-
Yeah, that's what I meant.
from CF McCarthy's on the evening of January 28th, 2022?
Yes, I did.
Did you have an
Shall we
opportunity to
rewind?
review video
You guys need to
from
see that?
the Waterfall Bar on January 28th, 2002?
Yes, I did.
Did I say January 29th, 2022?
Yes.
Did you review all the entire relevant time periods?
Yes, I did.
When you reviewed those
Yeah,
videos,
rewind it. Should we
were there a
rewind
number of
it?
different things you were looking for?
Yes.
What do
Oh
you
wait,
notice?
did I go too far? Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, it was right here. Wait, I must have
Thank you.
missed that too.
Department and videos on the dash cam.
Yes, I did.
Did you review this photograph?
Yes, I did.
And could we show a close-up on Exhibit 11? Did you have a chance to view the dash cam from this footage at 8:26:31 a.m. relative to the damage to that right rear taillight?
Yes, I did.
You shared with us that, you can take that down, please. You shared with us that after this time, somewhere around 3:15, you went to Dayton
Yes.
and you shared your observations when you got out of your truck and walked towards the car.
Yes.
Was there any difference between the damages that you've seen in the video, the photograph, and what you saw that morning?
The only difference is the amount of snow that's impacted on the vehicle. The damage is consistent.
thing
The
to their
large
mouth is
red
like-
lens is missing in every single piece of, every single image that I saw.
You mentioned that there was a tow of that car in Dayton that you were there for.
Yes.
Were you aware that video footage was provided to us from that tow?
I was made aware, yes.
I'd like to enter into evidence a video from alarm.com.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the video.
605.
Did you view the video that was provided to us relative to the right rear taillight?
From alarm.com?
Yes.
Yes.
Court's permission, I'd like to play that for the jury.
Okay.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
This is video 1, Your Honor.
Okay.
I love Alan Jackson. I do. Joel said hi. Wait, what's going on?
Could you play video 2, please?
Do I? Oh. Hmm. Yeah.
Could you stop, please? Do you notice anything about the color of the right rear taillight?
Yes, it was white.
Could you continue, please?
Wow.
Thank you. You can put the lights on, please.
I can kind of see it. But the fact I can kind of see it means it was there, right?
Sir, did you have an opportunity to review video from
I feel like he's like
from
smiling.
C.F. McCarthy's on the evening
I
of
seen
January
it and it
28th,
looked like
2022?
her and
Yes, I
her
did.
dad were
You have
looking
an
at it when they
opportunity
got
to
home.
review
Yeah.
videos from the Waterfall Bar on January 28th, 2002.
Yes, I did.
Did I say January 29th, 2022?
Yes.
Did you review all the entire relevant time periods?
Yes, I did.
When you reviewed those videos, were there a number of different things you were looking for?
Yes, there was.
Can you share with the jury what you were looking for?
We were looking for consistency in statements that were already received through interviews. We were looking for description of clothing individuals were wearing at the bars, at those locations. We were looking for any evidence of aggressive behavior, any sort of information we could learn to help us with the investigation. We're also looking to see and document how much alcohol consumption was on the recordings.
When you went through the videos, did you happen to have an opportunity to copy and clip portions of relevant time frames regarding alcohol ingestion?
Yes.
Did you put all of those videos together in a sequence to show the course of the night, times when you could identify alcohol ingestion?
Yes, I did.
Did you put that into a video format for a presentation?
Yes, we did.
I think this presentation may take a few minutes.
All right, we'll raise the council sidebar for just a second, please. Jurors, feel free to stand up.
Oh. She said sidebar. Why are they getting the vehicle towed? Because I think they were going to take it to like the police department or the lab or something, right? I'm not sure. But it feels
Sir, I'm showing you 4 more photographs. You take a look.
Alessi. That's Alessi, right? Or is that Brenna?
Yes, I do.
What are they?
They're still shot photos of the waterfall surveillance footage from the night of 28th into the morning of 29th.
All right, move these 4 photographs into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's pretty good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's 108A through 108B.
Thank you. Your Honor, could I proceed with the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes.
Trooper, I may stop you with a couple points.
Yes, sir.
Could you explain to us what this is?
Yes, from left to right, it is chronological events that took place at C.F. McCarthy's. This is surveillance video from one of their cameras within the bar. It should be noted that the video is time-stamped 12 minutes behind actual time. So when it says 9:03, when it is 9:03, the frame will be timestamped 2051, which is 8:51. So that's the time discrepancy, which is consistent throughout the surveillance footage.
So the times that are displayed in those arrows, is that the accurate time?
The arrows are the accurate time, and the timestamp 12 minutes behind actual time.
In these videos, are you identifying drinks that were received in drink and had been consumed by the
Slug dog.
defendant?
Yes. So the first video, as it is labeled, it's the defendant arriving. The next one will be the ordering of the drink and receiving the actual cocktail.
Okay, let's start with the first video at 9:03, please.
Oh. I'm excited to watch this.
Can you stop it there? Do you recognize who's in that video?
Oh.
Yes.
From
Yeah,
left to
bolitas.
right of people that you recognize and identify the clothing they might be wearing?
From left to right, it'll be Mr. John O'Keefe wearing the gray sweatshirt that was displayed earlier. And then the defendant, who he is trying to embrace with one arm there. I do not know who the other individuals are in the shot.
Okay, thank you. If you could continue, please. If we could proceed to 9:10. What did that show, sir?
It showed the defendant receiving her first tall vase, cylindrical style cocktail glass with a lime in it and a straw to go along with it.
9:27, please.
So everything seems pretty cool, pretty chill here. Right? Only one or an? Do they look like they're fighting, upset, being hostile with each other? I wonder what they're talking about.
And what was depicted in that video that you saw?
In that video,
What if
we
that was
see
club soda?
the
It could have
defendant
been.
get handed her
'Cause I drink
second
club soda all
cylindrical
the time
tall
before.
style cocktail glass while she finished the first one and then picked up the second one.
When you've made a relevant observation in the video, please interject and stop so you can point out for us what you've seen.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Next, please, 9:32.
Here, the defendant is handed a shot.
Stop, please.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm trying to like look into it.
right there.
I think we'll just have to play it and you'll have to speak as you're watching it. It doesn't look like it can be stopped. Sorry, Ms. Gilman.
She's handed a shot by the bartender on the left side of the screen. She picks it up and puts it into her second cocktail glass, making it a third beverage of alcohol content that she's consuming.
Third beverage. Oh my God, what do they think about me? Oh no. I'll drink that on the live, straight up. Well, not shot. She's cooking, mixing her own drinks at the bar. She doesn't look drunk AF. She's not like falling over. Right? Nah. Remember when I said Karen Reed is a cherry bomb kind of girl to me? 3 drinks, that's the warm up, the first 20 minutes. That's why I said, I'm like, I have like that on a live. That ain't nothing. Well, I bet John didn't know he was going to die that night. She's not a professional drinker. See, Karen, I'm going to go. Why do you think that's fun, Dog? Why? Those 3 girls have front row seats. Yeah, they never like spoke out. I get 3 drinks in before I get home from work. What are they doing? Oh. No. No audio. She's animated though. Karen Reed. Karen Reed trial. Austin. What the heck? I missed you. Where were you? Why you leave? What the? You came here and then left. What I did. Don't tell me you fell asleep. Who's that? Albert? Is that Brian Albert? Or who's that? No, he didn't. Yeah, I'm trying to find out who the mystery man is.
So right there, we observed Mr. O'Keefe retrieve his phone from his rear left jean pocket,
Mm.
and he put it back.
Oh, I hadn't even seen that. Oh, wow. What does that prove? That he had his phone? Oh. He's leaving. Oh. Gonna go cost lunches. Amateur drinkers hungry. Maybe they drugged her?
Now the
Yeah, because
defendant
why would
picks up
she?
her
Why would
second
she let her
cocktail
man
glass
go?
with the added shot in it and consumes it.
Could we proceed to the next video, please?
Wow.
This is now 9:45 p.m.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to like, who is that next to them? I thought the same thing, Josie. He mixes her drinks. Does he have a fanny pouch over his shoulder?
So the bartender hands over another
Oh,
cocktail
wow.
glass
Oh, another one?
and some beers. The shot goes into the empty one after it's poured into the new cocktail glass. So that's drink number 4.
Did you guys see the microdots? No, I actually
Is it
have
also
that,
with
Laura.
Mr. O'Keefe putting his cell phone in
Maybe
his back
I'll end it
pocket
on
again?
that.
Yes.
Wait, the new one, right? I think I saved it because I actually did want to play it.
By 9:45, how many drinks have been served to the defendant?
4 drinks.
Oh, wow.
4 drinks between 9:10 and 9:45.
That's correct. In 35 minutes, 4 drinks.
Could we proceed to the next screen, please? 10:09 p.m.
Here, the defendant speaks with the bartender and gestures that she wants a shot.
Objection.
The objection is sustained.
Move to strike.
I'll strike
Hmm.
that.
Wait, what was that? Oh, microphones.
Is Mr. O'Keefe on his cell phone again?
Yes,
The new
he is.
one, right? Where? Oh, wait, there's, I think, 2.
And he puts it in his back pocket.
The Higgins Canton PD footage analyzed. That one. Okay. How about that?
The defendant is showing Mr. O'Keefe the middle finger, and then puts beverages on the bar.
Who's that they're talking to? And look at her hand motions.
Should I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
What is the drink count at that point?
At that point, it's 4 drinks.
Could we have the next?
After this clip, we might call it a night. 'Cause there's still like, I think, a couple hours left of this day. Oh, that's awesome. So let's pause it. Well,
Mr. O'Keefe brings over
I've already been on
a
this.
couple of beverages.
They're just like, they really
The
are
defendant retrieves the
just
cocktail
having a good time.
glass.
I'm play the microdots video tomorrow. Are they just trying to establish how many drinks she had here or what?
A shot glass is picked up by one of the patrons, and the defendant retrieves it from him and places it
I
back
was like
on the
zoning
bar.
in. What? I have a sound. Why are they all being weird? Or is it just me?
Sergeant Buchanan's been up there going through all of the
I'm gonna
evidence.
fast
They
forward for that.
revealed there were certain pieces that, Attorney Jackson, like after Karen Reed was
Visceral reaction.
team from the state police
To reconstruct, test, and
Oh. Dude, it's hard. Jill's at work in the morning. And it's late here. Tomorrow. Well, it's technically tonight, Friday night. Actually. What is it going on here? What's she showing?
1206, please. $1207. $1210, please.
Oh, look, barely from this angle. Wow.
Did you see the last person walk out the door on that video clip?
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did.
And did you identify who that is?
Yes, it's Mr. John O'Keefe. He's wearing the two-tone gray sweatshirt with the sleeves pulled up towards the elbows.
Is that the same clothing that you found at Good Samaritan Hospital when you went to visit?
Yes, it is.
The baseball hat, did you have an opportunity to look at the hat he was wearing?
Good night.
Yes, I
That's
did.
Mom.
Is that consistent with the hat that you and the group found on February 3rd, 2010?
Yes, it is.
The pants?
Yes, it is.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Showing you Exhibit 108C. This is already introduced to the evidence.
Oh,
Did that
chill
You
out.
notice anything in Mr. O'Keefe's hand?
Yes, in his right hand, he's holding a short style cocktail glass
Oh,
with black drinking straw protruding from it as it is backdropped on the snow on the hood of the car that's parked outside.
Could we show 108C, please?
I'm like,
Ms. Gilman, could you focus the best you can on the drink? Is that the photo you looked at?
Yes, it is.
Can you point out or explain where you see the
Yes,
drinking straw?
Absolutely. Right there to the right of the red indicator, you could see the straw protruding out of the glass. Mr. O'Keefe is holding in his right hand.
oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. You can take that down, Ms. Gilman. You
I'm going to allow it.
He said I'm
can take that down, Ms. Gilman.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
allow.
One last matter, Trooper Buchanan. In 2024, did you obtain ring video for that time period in 2024 from Mr. O'Keefe's home?
Yes, I did.
Did you provide that ring video to a person who works for a company by the name of Aperture?
Yes, we did.
And just very basically, do you know what Aperture does?
Yes, I do.
What do they do?
They assist in scientific fashion to reconstruct, test, and evaluate, analyze vehicle-involved crashes and deaths.
Is Aperture part of the Mass State Police team?
They are not.
Are they a private company?
Yes, they are.
May I approach?
Yes.
Handing in the item to you, do you recognize it?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's a ring video from 2024.
So what location?
Meadows Ave.
Thank you. I move this to evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I have no further questions.
Okay.
Exhibit 139.
Thank you.
Okay. We're ending it there tonight. I'm so sorry to break your little hearts. But I'll have to go to bed because I have work. But tomorrow night, Melly After Dark. I don't know. Should I do a Melly After Dark here or go on TikTok? I'm kind of trying to try the new TikTok stuff. Well, new to me. Follow me on TikTok. Do it. Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, I'll drop it. I'll maybe make a post, but I'll for sure be live tomorrow. Either a deep dive, and then maybe I'll do like a late night TikTok, or I'll do, I'll be on here doing a Melly After Dark. So, nonetheless, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do all the things. Lots of new viewers. Stay on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna be doing both. No worries. You'll see me on both platforms. I appreciate y'all. Get some sleep. Don't miss me too much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Love ya. See you tomorrow. Well, for me, it's already tomorrow. So it's already Friday. It's already Friday here. And I know it's already Friday where you guys are at. Some of you. So see you later tonight is the right word. Bye.